And welcome back to the Dreamcasting Gaming Podcast. Today, I'm back with myself, Raphael, Sean, and Terence. And we're going to run through a few different topics today um, that will begin. Well, actually, it could begin anywhere, but just to give you a little bit of a heads up of what today's going to entail, um, we'll be talking about the negativity within gaming or within the media space and how it's used for clicks and views within gaming. We'll also be talking about the rumors that appeared last year stating that Henry Cavill had walked away from the Warhammer project due to DEI and all kind of other stuff, which then transpired to be totally false based on the recent things that just came out within the last month with regards to the upcoming projects with Warhammer. We'll also be talking about Kingdom Deliverance, how that's recently been released and is having a really good time. The state of Xbox recent well, they had a recent show, I believe, a little while ago. I haven't watched it all, but we'll touch on that. And in the last few days, there's been quite a few teaser trailers as well as some full-blown trailers. So we will touch on those, the ones we have seen, as well as actually, there was something more. Recently, we had a film called Nosferatu. I will be sharing my thoughts on that, and it may not be as the rest of the wave has been. And also, a film I'd recently watched, which I will reveal when we start the podcast and when we get through, and how it may, well, how it's kind of given me some confidence in how the upcoming project with Zelda and the mute that is Link. So without further ado, we're going to go around the round table, see how everyone's been, seeing what they've done, and we'll proceed from there. So moving forward, Terence, have you been since we were last on there? What's new? What have you done?
Sorry, I had myself muted there. No, like I've been good, man. Just been trying to finally tackle Witcher. So I've literally dedicated the whole of this year gaming wise to Witcher. I'm about 80 hours into it now.
Wow. Did you say 80 hours? 80, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm 80 hours
Damn.
into it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I started this year. I've been plowing through it like every
Well, listen,
opportunity.
listen, but better late than never, man. That's
That's
a good
good.
move. I've been reading that you've been enjoying it. I've been reading the little quest you're doing, and it's puts a smile on my face every time. Because to be honest, I wasn't sure you were gonna bother, but you definitely are now.
Yeah, no.
Oh, good.
So obviously the game, it's an old game, right? It's like nearly 10 years, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, to 10 this year,
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
a few months time.
So obviously I went into it. Obviously I'd played it before, but not I didn't play it for that long. So obviously I went into it. Obviously they got like the PS5 enhanced version, which kind of makes little minor gameplay tweaks and stuff. Because
Sorry,
obviously
could
yeah,
you? Did you say there's a PS5 Pro or just a PS5 version?
yeah, just a PS5 version.
Okay.
Yeah, that just does like I know for those who don't game on the PC, but it's like 60 frames, 4K, all of that stuff.
Okay.
You have ray tracing, all of that stuff. But playing it, I was getting a bit frustrated with the controls, and then I remembered that this is a 10-year-old game, isn't it? So, it's like when you try and play a PS2 game, it
Oh,
doesn't diminish how good the game is, but it's just a game for its generation.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but
Yeah.
10 years ago, it sounds long, but it's not that long. And if you look at the games that also came out in that time frame, there was loads of games that didn't have control issues. I kind of get, because I think Witcher, from throughout the series has always had an issue with controls from when it started. In
True.
the first one
I
and
didn't
even the
really
second
gel
one.
with Witcher
Yeah,
2 controls either.
exactly. So they had to have a
Yeah, I mean, they had to
complete
do
overhaul
combat.
of the game. Yeah, they had a combat
Yeah, they had to do
update for Witcher
combat
2.
patches and
Yep.
yeah.
And
And they did one for Witcher 3 too, by
they
the
did
way.
exactly. So there's
But
still some
then,
of that DNA
and it's
in
worth
Witcher.
adding, remember that even Red Dead 2 did a combat update and control update because people were finding the
Oh
controls very
shit! Yeah,
finicky
they
when that
did.
launched.
They did.
So
They
that
did.
happened with Red Dead 2 as well.
And that
Yeah.
was a newer
So,
game. So yeah,
you know,
it's not
companies
it's
are
not
still
exclusive
making
to that. Yeah,
mistakes, yeah. It's what
yeah.
it's
Oh
what
no,
happens when you've got such a large scope with open world games.
but the thing is, I don't even look at it like it's not even a negative. Like I know I'm saying control issue. Like you're playing the game, you're immersed in the world, isn't it? So those things
Mhm.
are minor. But you know, like if you play certain games, there's a certain like control language that you expect. Even the way he like sometimes moves within the open world and stuff. Obviously, because the open world is so
Yeah,
advanced.
he moves like a like a
Yeah,
vehicle. So it's
Yeah,
funny.
does.
yeah, yeah.
When he does
Exactly. It's
turns, he
very
moves like a
stiff.
vehicle, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very stiff, but that doesn't take away from the game, isn't it? The game's brilliantly written, isn't it? Like everything's um quite engaging in terms of like storytelling. Um, it's also quite smart. Obviously, I'm sure. Obviously, I don't play every game. I'm sure games do stuff like this, but even like I've gone into a boss battle and I've
Mm.
gotten my ass whooped, and I'm like, no, but I'm just dodging and striking, and then you go and you realize, oh no, go and you got to make a bomb, you got to put some ointments, you got to
Mm.
do certain potions. So I went and fought the boss, and I'm like, boom, freeze him. When you freeze him, then throw a
Ah,
different
you gotta
bomb, and
have the
then
right you gotta have the right
yeah,
build, mate. You gotta have the
the
right
right
build.
build, yeah,
I Yeah, man. I
yeah.
got the
So
right armor set, and I was like a fire build with a shield that would heal me when it hit my shield. So I was just basically, I became immortal essentially.
exactly, because I've done that too. Like I've again. I went through the game because I was playing it like a bit like of a hack and slash. Like I'm now understanding it. Like I went through the game for a while and I wasn't really investing in my ability points, but now I've mastered the ability
Mm,
points. So now like when someone I do the shield, the protector. When someone hits me, it's like some big blast deals them
yeah,
damage. I
yeah,
get healed.
yeah,
My fire
yeah.
now.
That's it. That's
My
it.
fire now is a stream of like it's like a dragon
Yeah, there you
like
go. There you go.
yeah.
That's
So
it.
like just understand. Yeah, the game like I understand it. Like I understand because I know like I'll say to Sean like oh I should play this and Sean will be like play Witcher first. Just play Witcher. When you play Witcher, you understand. And like I get it. I understand it. Even down to like I've literally done all the Witcher contracts so far. Like
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
so engaging. Like the monsters
yeah. They're dope.
and um even though the side quests, what you do, the whole Witcher senses, follow footsteps, all of that stuff, it's so interesting because I can see that in other games. Obviously, like I said, Witcher's 10 years old, isn't it? So I've played other games, isn't it? And I can see how other games copy Witcher, but they don't do them well because the thing that makes Witcher so unique isn't it's the writing and the storytelling. So even though I can follow the same footprints 20 times, like the writing in terms of like why you're doing it, the dialogue, everything makes everything enjoyable. Whereas you play certain games and it's just like follow the footsteps to the end and press A kind of thing. Whereas which is engaging, like everything's a story, even the most smallest little side quests. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying it. I'm on I don't know if I'm near the end. I thought I was near the end. I thought I was battling the wild hunt, but it turns out I wasn't. So I'm now preparing to battle them. So I decided to do the Heart of Stone DLC before I continue, and then once I finish that, I'll finish the game and then do Blood and is it Blood and Wine?
Blood and wine. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see like this is definitely going to be like a 150-hour game for me, definitely. But yeah, man, I get it. I get the hype. I get why everyone praises it. Everyone calls it one of the best RPGs ever. It stands still. It stands the test of time. And yeah, very interested to see what they do with Witcher 4. Very interested now. Like now the wait for
Mm.
Witcher 4 is even worse because I know that game ain't coming anytime soon.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised you're playing it now. Like
Yeah.
when obviously, a lot of times people do the prequel closer to when the sequel comes out.
Do you know why? Because I think I said it to you. Like I get fatigued on playing the same type of game back to back. That's
Mm.
one of the reasons why Like some games I don't play because I'm like, oh, I just like even Spider-Man. I did Spider-Man 2. I did Spider-Man Remaster. Then I did Miles Morales, and then I was just like, yeah, I can't bother to play Spider-Man 2. Like it's the same game two back to back.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it now. Yeah. So even if the game comes out in 2, 3, 4 years time, a game like The Witcher, I won't feel burned like oh, I can't bother to play a game like that. But, yeah, man. But yeah, mainly that. Finally started Breaking Bad. I finished season 1.
Oh
Um,
wow, you never watched Breaking Bad?
never.
Oh.
So I saw that it was leaving Netflix. So I thought I'll jump in.
Is it
It's
leaving
leaving it after
Netflix?
all these years.
I
What the
Damn.
think
hell?
so.
Whoa. So it's leaving Netflix. That is very strange because it's only ever been on Netflix.
Yeah, I
That
believe
seems.
it's
I wonder what's
I,
going on with that.
um I believe it's leaving Netflix. I might be wrong, but I saw something saying it's leaving in April or something. It's leaving Netflix this year. Maybe it's like the deal is ran out. Or it might just be Netflix in America. Because
Ah,
I know Netflix in America,
it's different to
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because Netflix in America, I remember reading that Friends left Netflix in America, so I was like, oh
That's
no. But then Netflix in America, Friends is still in the UK one, so it's all
yeah.
good. It's all good. But yeah, watch Breaking Bad, really good show. Do you know what? Shows like Breaking Bad, like I really admire because they're so old in terms of like when they came out, but
Hmm?
they still stand the test of time in terms of like the
Oh yeah,
storytelling.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's quality,
Eh,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you tell someone now go watch Sopranos or whatever. Like it's just quality TV, and I admire that
Oh,
in a show like that.
it's absolutely, and it's consistently good writing, good showrunners, creative. I think what we didn't realize at that time was you could maybe argue a peak of creative television or creative series, where it was just consistent, and in the recent times it hasn't really been that way. And so it really does. I mean, you know how many people, like you're one of them, but so many people I know are watching old stuff.
Yeah,
Hardly nobody's watching new stuff at the minute. It's all old. It's, oh yeah, I'm watching this, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I remember watching that. And it's like, yep, they're watching it now, and it's good
yeah,
to hear because it just proves, listen, something's very wrong with now if people are just reaching back to watch stuff they've seen before or even stuff that was old, and they're just going
exactly,
back to it, and it's showing them up.
exactly. Because sorry, I just to correct, it's leaving in 2027 if they don't renew it. So
What?
it's not.
Oh, okay. So,
I must have saw something, but anyway, whatever I saw that was wrong, it's
mm.
made me watch it. So
Oh, that's good. So
it's
season one, I'm trying to think, what happens in
yeah.
that one?
So season 1 is basically, without spoiling anything, is where
Yeah.
he establishes, um, his cooking
He's a
skills.
good cook.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
bossy.
and it ends with like him, doing the deals that he needs to do,
Yeah. That's
stuff like
right.
that. So I'm
Great show,
interested to
Is
man.
see
it
where
the,
it
it's season
where.
one where he meets the madman,
Tuco.
guy. Yeah, did you meet
Tuco.
Tuco in season one?
Tuco. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
Tuco.
right at the end. You meet him
yeah,
towards the end. Yeah, yeah.
Tuco.
So
yeah.
yeah, but you're right about the old things because straight after Breaking Bad, Netflix have Mad Men. I've never watched Mad Men, so
I've
that's
heard
next.
about that. I've never
Yeah,
watched it. I heard
heard
it was
it's
great.
heard it's quality. But
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, and I guess the last point. But actually, no, I can say this for when we talk about cinema,
Okay.
the
That's cool.
films in cinema. I was gonna say something about what's it, Captain African American. But because I saw a clip, but we'll save it.
Yeah,
I
mate.
thought you were
Listen.
going to say you've seen the film. I was like, ah.
Mhm.
No. Me, I'm the biggest Marvel head here, and I have no interest in that film.
It's not looking good for them. Really isn't.
But
Mm.
yeah,
Okay,
man. But that's
okay.
me, man. Like I
Nice,
said,
nice.
Breaking Bad and Witcher 3, man, taking it old school.
Okay, great. That's pretty cool.
Mm-mm.
Sean, onto yourself.
I'm taking it new school. I've just jumped into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 that has just launched. And just before that, literally a few days before that, I jumped into Spider-Man 2. So what was this? It was like 4 days between the two games launching, and obviously Spider-Man 1 I really enjoyed, and jumping into number 2 is already just like, playing it, I'm already just like, what I'm experiencing so far, I'm like, this is better than the first game. I was like, and you know what's so good about it is the small little details that I really like. That the fact that they have designed an animation for every possible position you could be in when you're attacking an enemy. So if you're doing something in the air, trying to do a finisher, or you're doing something, you're fighting any enemy near a wall, all their moves considers where you are at the time that you're doing it, and it like augments to that. And I think that that's a lot of work to put in, little intricate details like that, where a lot of action games, they just get funny when you're in certain angles, and it's just like, oh, the enemy reacts dumb, your body reacts dumb when you're in a weird angle. But Spider-Man, they've just worked out the animations for every possible angle you could be in, even if you're next to a wall or you're under this or you're over this, it reacts to the environment and the animations of what you're doing. I was like, right, like they've done a lot of work there, and I really appreciate those details, because that's something I noticed in Last of Us 2. When it came to gameplay, they take the environment, the characters react to the environment at the same time as whatever you're doing, and I think that's stuff that, like, you know, shows passion in their work. So Spider-Man 2 is really like surprised me, and then obviously the story they're doing with Harry Osborn so far is. Terry, did you get as far as seeing what's going on with Harry Osborn before
No.
you haven't got that far?
No spoilers.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
literally
no
right at the
spoiler, yeah.
beginning.
Okay. So no spoilers, but what they're doing, like the way that they're doing the story with Harry Osborn, is just really good. Like I'm just like, yeah, these guys it just seems like they're just nailing it, and hopefully, obviously, the story continues to knock it out of the park. But right now, I'm like, yeah, this is because I was kind of wondering how they were going to introduce things in this game, and I'm seeing how they're doing it, and I'm like, yeah, this is such a smart way to do it. This is so unexpected.
So it's better than do you remember the movie when I think it was
Spider-Man 3.
no, not Amazing, is it the Amazing Spider-Man 2, when they wanted to introduce Harry, but he wasn't in the Amazing Spider-Man 1, so they gave him like a 5-minute, they gave them like a 10-minute, we're best friends, we're at the seaside, we're playing here, we're playing there. I don't know if you remember, because they didn't have him in the first film, isn't it? But then they wanted to make him like his best friend and an enemy, but people were like, but he's not been in the films yet. So yeah, they did it. It was really cheesy. Really cheesy. They tried to give him like a 10-minute little monologue of how close they are.
The thing is, I liked the actor that they had for Harry Osborn in the film, because he had done a film called Chronicle. Did you ever see Chronicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that guy, it was the same guy, and I was like, that guy, he always looked like a psychopath just looking at him. So it was done pretty well.
That was a good casting, actually.
Yeah, the casting was good. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, it's this Harry, you know, the vibe is different to the one in the movie, that's for sure. But
have you met Venom yet?
No. So that's why I'm curious how because obviously it looks like they're introducing it in a completely different way to what I expected. Because obviously, you expect Eddie Brock and all this.
Yeah.
And
did you not finish the first one?
Yeah, I finished the first one.
Oh yeah, because they set up Harry as Venom in the first one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was just thinking, because you see that he's sick, isn't it?
I was trying to avoid saying it. Yeah, I was trying to avoid saying. I forgot that it was in that one, so I was like, oh shit, I don't want to spoil.
It's right at the end. Remember, he's in the tank.
Thank God. Yeah. I've been trying to avoid spoiling it.
Yeah, because he's in the tank, isn't it? And then you see the syndicate.
All right, okay, so that's how they're introducing it in this one.
Yeah.
I forgot it was in that, because I was like, I don't want to spoil it. So I was like, I'm all trying to dance around it.
Oh, so you thought maybe people thought it was Eddie Brock or whatever.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, oh no.
Yeah, no, everyone knows it's Harry. Everyone knows it's
Harry. Okay. So yeah, so
they set it up in the first one.
Yeah, okay. So the way they set it up with Harry and what he's doing, like how it's like showing like how it's starting to like manifest, is really smart. Like they're doing it in such a good way right now. And it's just like, it's just working. It's like, because you got Miles, you got Peter, and you got Harry, it's like the dynamic of it is working really well. And I was going to
say, how do you find having two Spider-Men? I don't even know what you call it. Do you say Spider-Man? Spider-Man?
Yeah, so this is the problem. I find it really weird that everyone just called both of them Spider-Man. Like they're like, oh, Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man calls the other Spider-Man. I'm like, it's very confused. I'm like, one of you need to have a different name, man. This doesn't like you can't be calling each other Spider-Man. That's really dumb. So I do find that weird when they're both calling each other Spider-Man. Like they're not saying oh Spider Boy. And the thing what kept me up is that they introduced another character. I won't spoil that. And then that character called Miles Spider Boy, and obviously Miles like, hey, don't call me Spider Boy. I'm Spider Man. And it's just like, yeah, you do need a separation of name because it's just really weird. Like you don't have Wolverine shouting to another person saying Wolverine, Wolverine, no, that Wolverine. Like it's just really weird.
But in like I'm sure Raf,
You see,
I don't know if you can confirm, but there's Spider-Man.
Because I was about to say something about that. In the comics.
In the comics, it's Spider-Man too, isn't it? That's what I was gonna say. In the comics, Miles has always just been because I think there is actually a Spider-Man.
So basically, what they did when Peter Parker went missing, and they introduced Miles as Spider-Man, he took on the mantle as Spider-Man. But there have been occasions, particularly through the Clone Saga, where you had Ben Reilly, who was the Scarlet Spider. And when he arrived in the comics, he single-handedly battered Venom. And everyone was like, hold on a minute, Spider-Man can't do that. Like, who's this? And I'm the Scarlet Spider. So he's the one who's got like the red top.
Yeah, you see, that's what they should have given him a different name, man.
Listen, his suit was so good. But he was Scarlet Spider, and he had a bit more. I
think they got that skin in the game. You see,
and listen, when I saw that skin in the first game, it was so like nostalgia can stop you in your tracks. When I saw that, it took me right back to the memory of seeing him for the first time, him being the better version of Peter Parker, and him just like having up people because he was able to make these kind of web things around his feet and web bombs around his wrists. So it was fraying off Spider-Man's standard enemies, and he just had a bit of an edge. But yeah, they, if they wanted to, there was ways around that. But they made sure to differentiate between the two again because it wasn't an insert. It was this is Scarlet Spider, and this is Amazing Spider-Man. And Amazing Scarlet Spider, then there was Spectacular Spider-Man, Spectacular Scarlet Spider. And we fast forward, and I think we all know why Miles was even created in the first place, and this is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you get.
Yeah, and I do think they do need to give them different names. I think it just makes more sense to do that, but obviously they haven't done that. I don't know if that's going to change through the course of the game. But obviously, I imagine it's probably going to stay the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't. The reason why it won't change in the course of the game is because it hasn't even changed in comic books. Like Miles Morales is Spider-Man.
Miles is the guy right now, isn't he?
I think he's actually the official Spider-Man at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Because basically, because a lot of people are pretty irritated with the cut and paste. So he's there. They're cut and pasting the old enemies, and it's like, man, this is kind of it's getting a bit redundant now. It's like, okay, look, you've done your gimmick already, but this just ain't working. And let me put it to you like this: what you're now seeing with Captain African America had already happened with Miles Morales. That was that literally, it was in the same vein. The problem is they kind of got away with it with Miles Morales, but you can't get away with it while putting the Falcon.
Yeah, because it was at the early time when they did it.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's not happening.
People are not going to accept Captain African American. It's not going to happen. I was just like, no. And he's already like put his foot in it by saying some.
I heard he was talking
dumb stuff. So yeah, it's not looking good for him.
Yeah, I agree. But again, like I said, with Miles, I think Miles is like you said, Sean. I think he was introduced at the right time in it. Like he wears Adidas, he wears Jordans, like he likes hip hop.
He came in, if I remember correctly, around when Obama came in, and it was kind of like a thing like that. You had a mixed race president, and it was like, yeah, we're gonna do a mixed race Spider-Man, and it was just what it was. Like you said, he's wearing the clothes, he's bobbing his head to the music. He's got this kind of a
he was created in 2011, so he's new.
There you go, and that is Obama time.
Created in 2011.
But the good thing is that the one thing they've done with Miles is that he's not too cringe.
Miles ain't cringe. He's authentic. He's authentic to his character.
He's not, because sometimes you get these ones when they force and they make them really cringe as well. They make them do all the stereotyping
and they say all the buzzwords. Do either of you remember a film called Not Another Teen Movie?
Yep.
where it had the token black guy. And he just say dumb stuff. Man,
Yeah.
listen, that is one of the listen, it was funny because that is what like the token does. They'll say ignorant, dumb stuff like every black person is supposed to speak like that, and it's not the case. So that is one good thing with Miles. He's not like he never actually felt like that. Even in his own films, he didn't feel like he didn't feel like that.
You know what they did? Because they've mixed it with the Hispanic culture, they have him quite cultured as well, which is quite the unique take to being mixed.
That's right.
He's not just mixed white and black, which would have been a typical thing. They've made him black and Hispanic, and then he speaks Spanish as well.
And
so it's like
he also has a positive black father role, which is I think a lot of people overlook that because they don't like to do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
And I noticed that, and I'm like, I did notice.
I agree. They should not have called him Spider-Man because, like I said, they've just made the whole thing confusing because they've got so many different Spider-Man characters called all different things, but they didn't need to make him called Spider-Man.
No, they didn't.
So we are, isn't it?
But
so
what would you called him? What would you have called him?
Miles, I don't know. I mean,
that's his real name. You can't use Miles.
No. It's not that. It would have to be relevant to his suit, and his suit is sort of like.
Because they can't say black Spider-Man or
but
black.
It's not quite black though, is it? It's got this hue to it, like it's
Yeah, because his
Incubus or Corvus or something. It's got that hue.
Yeah, because his design. Because remember, he's got venom power in it, and his suit is like like a black kind of widowish kind of.
That's big. You can't use Black Widow in it.
Yeah.
Listen to this. They could have got a species of spider and could have called it that before.
But then
like Black Widow.
But then we all know that if he wasn't called Spider-Man, he probably wouldn't be as popular as he is today.
Exactly. And that is what it is all about. That's what it was all about.
Well, that was a long intro. That was probably one of the topics that we should have brought into a bit later.
Cool. It happens.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, obviously I'll get into more about Kingdom Come, the other game I've been playing. But yeah, that's me so far. So I'm playing these two games. So over to you, Raf. How's things been with you?
Things have been cool. What have I done? I've watched a few films recently, which I'll probably start the topics with one of them. So when I get to the end of what I'm saying, I'll say that. Gaming wise, ever since the announcement of the Switch 2, I've really got back onto my Switch and have been gaming on there quite a bit. So I was
playing what though? What have you been playing?
I was playing Smash Brothers last night and the night before that. What else did I play? Moving Out. Back on Pikmin again. I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how they did that. But I've been running around with my Switch again, so that was kind of cool.
It sounded like you're gonna day one it. It sounded more like you're gonna day one
it. To you maybe, but I've made myself clear about the situation with the day one. OLED and I'm there. No OLED and I wait. And I was also playing Gwent. Simply because Terrence had been you mentioned it in the group and I was like, yeah man, I miss Gwent. So I was resharpening my skills on there. And I have been consistently keeping up with my Warhammer painting. So I've been doing that. And from that I will move into the films I'd recently seen, which will cover two of the topics today. And one was Nosferatu, which I watched about maybe 2 weeks ago. And the reason I bring up Nosferatu because it's been widely and universally praised. And fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not one of those who's going to praise this film. I found it quite underwhelming. Some of the
by
acting,
who though?
By the industry.
Because
overall,
I've seen. Well, yeah, I mean, media like to, because I see like a streamer pulled them up, and then they were doing like Rotten Tomatoes. The media giving it good reviews, but the user scores are terribly low. Like people didn't like it.
And that's what you have to.
And that's the divide that's going on all the time now. Yeah.
Now let me just say this:
the media are liars, man.
Yeah,
absolute liars.
It's interesting you're saying that because with films I never really tend to check the Metacritic and that, but that does make sense.
Yeah, people are checking it out, and the user reviews is way lower. Like there's a massive disparity. Yeah,
that is crazy and I'll say this to you. So one of the issues was I'd only recently watched Bram
Just quickly
Stoker's
though,
Dracula.
just quickly,
Sure,
what's the
sure.
gist of the film?
So the gist of the film is there's a woman. It's set in Victorian times in London. There's a lady who's having these you could say almost like what would probably be deemed schizophrenic episodes. So she's wilding out, she's going crazy, she's claiming she's seeing things, something's after her, her husband's supporting her, whatnot. But then he has to go off with work, so he's going to, you could say, somewhere like Transylvania to meet this guy who wants to buy property in the UK. Turns out that guy is Nosferatu, and he's after the woman. So that's kind of the gist of it. What the film does well, it's got good actors, but what I didn't realize was the main actress actually is Johnny Depp's daughter, and she was absolutely. I mean, the words to find, I kind of lose them right now. But you think of anything from irritating to annoying. She was doing all that overacting. Like, I was just like, what is this overact screaming, rolling around? And I was like, man, this is really took me out. Every time she was on the screen, it took me out of the film. And then the design of Nosferatu, he came more like a Solomon Grundy, like a slim Solomon Grundy to me. So he almost like a zombie, not a vampire. And I didn't like him. Aesthetically, I didn't like him. There was one thing I really liked, and there's a scene where let's just say there's rats involved in it, and that was quite spectacular. But the rest of the film, I was like, man, I was waiting for this film. I was excited for it, and I was quite upset afterwards, because to me these days, if I watch something like and it's costing me I feel like I've lost 2 hours. I really do feel it. I feel it. So I wasn't happy. So yeah, so I'd watched that, and that was my feeling with it. Yeah, and that's how it went. So oh shit, guys, you still there? You can hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. Because I had a call coming, so I hope it doesn't disturb this. But yeah, so and then that moves me on to a film that I'd watched recently, and it was called Willy's Wonderland or Wonder House. I think it's Wonderland. Any of you guys heard of that film?
Say that again. What's the film called?
Willy's Wonderland.
What, the animatronics one?
Yes. Did you watch it?
With Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it. I've got it. It's on my list.
Okay. So listen to this. I've had that saved to watch for a while.
Yeah, same here. I just haven't pressed play yet.
Right, exactly. So I had one of those kind of weekends where it was slow. I was enjoying myself. So, let me watch some old stuff. So again, like I said, people just watching old things. So I put that on. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Little did I realize he doesn't say a single word in the film. Never knew that.
Is this what you're talking about? The mute aspect?
Nah, exactly. So,
or is this something different?
Literally, and it worked. But I was and I'm there, and I'm like with my partner and that, and we was talking, he was enjoying it. She goes, oh yeah, we're talking about games, and then it come up. Yeah, Link doesn't talk. And I was like, yeah, he's never spoken. And the funny thing is, they have got a project with him having the film, I believe, or I think it's a series. I can't remember what Nintendo said, but they were working on something. And after it's a film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So having watched that, it definitely gave me, because before I tell you, it was difficult to understand, how do you do a Zelda film with the main hero, he doesn't really say much. However, seeing this, and as good as it was, I was like, yeah, you know what? You almost forgot the guy weren't talking because of how expressive he was being. You know when sometimes they tell you someone's eyes can say more than their mouth?
Yeah, I mean, we always had it with Jason, didn't we? Or Mike Myers.
Not really. They just ran around mindlessly killing people. But when I say expressive, I think you can go back to Wind Waker, and I think the game was based around Link's eyes a lot. Everything he did with his eyes was always kind of telling you a lot. But I watched the film. It's a great film without involving Link and Zelda into it. And it's definitely worth a watch. You know the guy now, Nicolas Cage. He's obviously, you can't even say he's on his comeback. He is back, but he's been doing just a plethora of independent films that have all been a mark above just standard. And this is another one that's really, really good.
But and this is why like I take my hat off to certain actors, because certain actors get typecast and they can't get any other roles unless they're doing a specific role. Nicolas Cage was one of those corny actors back in the day. Like,
Yeah, Con Air and
yeah,
the rest of it.
and he not left Hollywood, but he decided to make more independent films. And if you look at some of the best films he's done recently, they're all independent ones. Even the one where he kind of plays himself, that's a fantastic
Yeah.
film.
You know what? I haven't watched that yet, but I heard it was fantastic.
Like his films now, yeah. Like, and he did the horror one as well. I need to watch. I've got both of them saved.
Is it Mum and Dad? Was it Mum and Dad?
Yeah, or was it Stepfather or something like that? But yeah,
no, it's the one where he's the
Mum and
vampire.
Long Legs. Is it Long Legs?
No, the vampire one.
Oh, there's that vampire
Renfield.
one.
Yeah, Renfield was fantastic, man. Yeah, Renfield is really good.
I've got Renfield saved. Yeah, and then he's
really good.
Yeah, there's one where he's in the wilderness, like he's camping alone. He's like, yeah, he's got so many good films.
He's been working on.
And even Kick-Ass, he did great in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like he's always there. He's good, man. He's a good actor.
Yeah, and that's a testament to, like I said, like if you know your craft and you know what you're worth, like there's nothing better than betting on yourself, isn't it? You don't need
independent.
You don't need to be
independent.
Yeah, you don't need to be certain actors, like
not at all. Not at all. And I think that's just
who will play the same character to the day he dies.
I still can't believe he was ever like thought of to be Superman. And it's so I can't believe he was actually like cast as a Superman. Yeah, at one point he was going to be Superman.
No, but remember he was hot property at one point. Like mid-90s.
But he just didn't have the look. That's what was cracking me up. It's like he did not have the look at all.
It's a bit like do you remember the other guy? Like he also reminds me of him. Is the Mummy guy, man. He was hot, George of the Jungle.
Everything. He was everywhere. That guy, innit? He just disappeared out of Hollywood. He must have fell out with someone like Weinstein or something. I heard Grace. Did something happen to him?
I heard he had a problem with The Rock, back on The Mummy, and then after that, it was never the same for him. This is alleged. Allegedly, he had problems with The Rock. And The Rock came in and then had the Scorpion King. If you notice, remember, we didn't see Brendan Fraser again in the Mummy franchise after The Rock came into it. So apparently there was some issue there.
Oh, he did. He was in the third one, the Chinese one, with the Chinese one.
Okay, maybe he was. I don't know. Yeah, that's one with Jet Li, right?
Yeah, but do you know what?
One too fondly.
What you're saying, yeah, about The Rock doesn't surprise me because he has a lot of people have beef with him because he comes into a franchise and he tries to make the franchise his and does solo films. Remember, he did that with Fast and Furious, and that's why he fell out with Van Diesel.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Because him and Idris made a film with
with Brixton. When Idris was called Brixton. Is it that
yeah, when Idris was a superhero. He had superhuman powers. But yeah, so I'm not surprised when you say that because that's what he did, innit? Remember, he had a little part in the Scorpion in Mummy 2. He had a little part in Mummy 2, and then he tried to hijack it and make his own film, The Scorpion King. And he does that. But anyway, I don't think The Rock's a great actor.
Yeah, that was what I'm saying. It's not special.
He was good as Black Adam. He was definitely good in that. Can't take that away from
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a good actor, man. Like he wasn't.
Oh, in Black Adam, he was good, and in what's the one with Kevin Hart where he's the FBI?
That ride along thing. Not
ride along.
No, I don't think his acting was good. It's like the film was good, but it wasn't because of him. His acting was not good, man. Like I there's like loads of other people I would have cast as Black Adam over him.
He's the best acting he's ever done is WWF.
Listen, that's good though. Acting in WWE is good.
He was amazing. He was one of my favorites.
I didn't like him in Central Intelligence. I thought he was awful in that. I've just never liked his acting, man.
Do you remember Rampage?
That's Bob Stone when he was Bob Stone. Remember he was Bob Stone? He was Bob Stone in Collateral Central Intelligence. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is this? Like, he was just so awful. Acting like a bad guy in this and acting like this. I was just like, it was, as an undercover agent, he was just bad, man. I just think his acting is terrible. Like I said, for me, like the best of the wrestling actors, I think John Cena's the best one. After watching his TV show, I was like, yeah, I'm convinced he's the best one.
But Batista?
My favorite.
Yeah, Batista's good, but I don't think Batista has the range that Cena has.
No, stop it.
I think Batista plays the same person all the time.
No, he does.
He's pretty much quiet.
No,
tell
he
me all the
does
stuff
not.
where he's different.
You haven't watched Batista films at
Like, he's
all.
always
Have you
like
not
a
watched the Cabin in the Woods?
yeah, and he's quiet. He's like a bodyguard. He's like Jack. He's pretty
He's the
much
main
quiet
character.
The main
bodyguard.
guy is not quiet.
Cabin in the woods. What was he doing?
He was
Like,
the main
he's
character.
always
On
very
telling about
thingy.
the end of the world. He wasn't quiet.
Yeah, he wasn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't acting very different. Like, it's still like that.
Have you not seen him in Knives? Have you not seen him in Knives Out 2?
Yeah, I've seen
Hey,
that.
listen. Yeah. I knew there was something else.
Have you not seen him in the James Bond film?
I don't know about James Bond film. No, I ain't seen James Bond.
What about
James
Dune?
Bond
You
is
not seen him in Dune 1 and 2?
Army of the Dead.
Dude, what a
Come on,
dude.
Sean, man.
Dude, what again? Like, he plays what he looks like. He plays like this big brawling guy who is, very much like, he's always pretty much docile. Whereas you see John Cena's got a lot of life and character.
No,
John Cena's way better. I
No,
think John Cena's
can't
way
back that
better.
one.
I think Cena's a better actor.
Go watch Batista in The Last Showgirl, man. He plays different
The Last
characters.
Showgirl, what the hell is that?
But
Last
you're
Showgirl.
but you're talking about range,
No,
innit?
I'm saying, what is that?
Oh,
What film is that? I've not heard of it.
It's like a drama film. That's what I'm saying. It stars like Pamela Anderson. It's not like a massive action. It's like he has range. Like he has another film where he lost a lot of weight and he was really skinny.
And he has ambition to actually act. Like, if you ever listen to what he's saying, he's like, listen, I actually want to act. I don't want to just be Drax and all that kind of stuff, because he gets lucrative offers to be this, what you're saying, but he always distances himself from it to show, listen, I can do other roles, and he's been doing that. He's definitely thrown me off a few times.
He's even who's the Studio Ghibli? He's even been in a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah, the Boy and the Heron.
The Boy and the Heron. Like, nah, man, Batista has range. I'll go to war for Batista on that one, man. He's good, man. And then obviously Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cena's the better one, though. I think Cena is better, but I think Batista's more popular, right? Because obviously Guardians and all of that. I think he's he's the bigger. I think he's the biggest. Well, no, obviously The Rock is the biggest, ain't he? I think Rock would be the biggest wrestling actor, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
No, Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan.
Undeservedly as well, man. The Rock is not as good as either of those two, man.
Rock surpassed Hulk Hogan, man. Hulk Hogan did like 1-2 films.
Hulk Hogan. I think he's rash trolling, man.
I know rash trolling with that
Hulk
one,
Hogan's
man.
big time, man. Look, he was in Rocky 3. He was in Gremlins.
Hogan,
He's just been
listen, he was on the stage with Trump, so I'm like, he's making his moves.
Yeah, the Rock had a way more successful career out of
I agree.
Out of all of them, I think he's the most successful wrestler, like outside of wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock Johnson. But it's because his character was so legendary anyways. Like The Rock was just a legendary wrestler. Even though he wasn't one of my favorites, but I just knew everybody loved him. Everyone loved him. So it all makes sense. And then to find out, because I found out late that his dad the name The Rock comes from his dad, who was also a WWF wrestler, Rocky Johnson. His name's actually Rocky Johnson.
I remember that,
yeah.
I didn't even know that. I was like,
when The Rock came here, he's a third generation. His granddad wrestled as well.
Yeah, that's what you call true nepotism. There's a lot of complaints about that, like positions going straight towards people's offsprings.
Well, his daughter's there too. His daughter,
nepotism, man. That's what you call nepotism.
Oh, it is what it is, man. I think most people in those positions, they can get their kids into positions.
But people don't like that. It's a thing that Americans are angry with, because a lot of that goes on in America, where they just give positions like CEOs, presidents passing down to their kids. Well, look, it's like other people don't get an opportunity. So it's like, kind of messed up.
That's the real world, man.
Listen,
that's trying to stop it.
And they've been trying to stop it for a long time. They ain't gonna stop it. It is what it is. Anybody, listen, anyone's who's a parent and they're in a position to better their offspring or their next one up, they're gonna do the same damn thing. But they're just gonna do it.
It's just their legacy as well.
Exactly. It's like, boom, I'm bringing you in, son. I'm gonna wipe your record, son. You know, when everyone's running around shot combining,
no.
what did you think he was gonna do? Let him go
What
jail?
do you think?
Oh,
Yeah.
get
Of
out of here,
course.
man. Nonsense.
Didn't Joe
But it
Biden
is messed
pardon
up, though.
his son?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
that's what he's
did what
talking
any
about.
listen. He did what any loving father would do. You're not going to jail, son. I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm the
it.
president. I'm the president.
I'm the president. I do this.
Mhm.
And everyone, oh my God, look how this. I was thinking, what, you lot are jokes. You lot are in fantasy land, man.
And then what did Trump do? Trump came and pardoned all the people who
Yeah,
rioted.
Listen, he pardoned all the people who
Mhm.
backed him. He looked after them.
Yeah, of
And this
course,
is
man.
and even when we had problems over here with the government here, I was when people came out, I kept saying, listen, learn from this. These people look after themselves.
Yeah, didn't
the community. Listen, let me tell you something. The community that we're part of will learn a lot by being the same.
Oh,
Learn a lot by being the same.
It's not going
Right?
to
They will learn a lot by being the same.
Rishi Sunak, our former, didn't
Yep,
he give
yep.
he gave his
Prime
wife's
Minister.
company all the
Yes.
contracts?
Yes, that's right. Listen,
Yeah,
remember when we had all
that's
the
what they do, man.
PPI and all the hand sanitizers,
Yeah.
and remember the track and trace? That went to their friends,
Yeah,
their people, their
Yeah,
family. Made millions
Yeah.
off of that.
Yeah,
companies
but
that
these
they
are the
were boards of
problematic
directors
things.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I'm like,
these
listen, learn from
are the
that. All that,
problematic things.
yeah, exactly. All that trying to
But
nonsense.
yeah, no, but these are the problematic things, and these are the things that people do want to out, and
Mhm.
and rightfully so, because obviously it is bad. It's not actually, it is a fucked up thing to do, to for people to do that type of stuff, because it's not exactly, if you're not in the friend circle and you're getting cheated out when you're trying to like run your business and your business ain't getting the contracts because the contracts for the government has gone to a government official's friend, that it is fucked up. So it's like, I understand why they want to get rid of stuff like that. So it makes sense.
So Sean, if he was the prime minister of the prime minister and your missus, your wife had a
Yeah.
company that could and you could
I'm
help
not
that.
saying I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Me, I'm always going to do for my self-interest, of course.
Yeah, I'm
But
definitely
saying
gonna
it,
do it.
but I'm not going to pretend and play a high road and be like, oh, that's not wrong. It is wrong. Like, straight up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and I hear
saying? Like,
you.
it is wrong. Like, you have
No,
to
I hear
own
you.
it.
It
It is wrong, but I would do the same thing. Hell yeah.
I hear you, but it's that
It is
saying
wrong.
though, isn't it? Like nice guys finish last, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the government's supposed to be the sort of like neutral zone, innit? It's not supposed to have these type of things, and that's the problem. That's why they want to out it, which is understandable. I get it. But yeah, we've strayed from the topic. What?
Yeah, we'll talk about Mute Link.
Oh yeah, Mute Link. Yeah.
But
So
No.
so
We
you
passed Mute Link. We passed
no,
that.
because I was gonna say something on Mute Link. Like
Oh,
I
sure,
think
go.
I think your idea of Luke, because I think
you think
people.
Hollywood would do that? Mute
But that's what I was
link,
just
a
about to
link
say.
with,
Because remember, Master
you think
Chief.
Hollywood would do that?
Remember
Well,
the Halo series? They
Okay,
didn't
but
make
listen,
any.
if you want me to answer that, so and again, this is just me going from not wondering, oh man, how they're gonna do that and keep him mute, to now seeing something and saying, yeah, I mean, also with that idea, with Link being unable to speak, as we know, that does fall under one of the realms of having a disability, I believe, which plays right into the hands of modern day representation, and could work wonders for that, a hero who doesn't speak, because we don't really have that we don't really have that, to be honest, definitely not of that level, and
You're literally like saying everything that is why he will speak.
what do you mean?
Like just for, like you said, you've never had a hero that doesn't speak. The film
exactly. That so we've never seen a hero that doesn't speak other than Link
To
himself.
be fair, it'll be such a good diversity move for them to do that. Ah, look, we've got
that's
a
what I'm saying.
mute.
Look, we've
But
got a
I
mute
can't
here.
imagine them doing it. But that'll be good diversity move, though.
But my point is, in this film, the character that man, I'm not even forgetting this guy's name now. But anyway, the main character in this doesn't say a single word, and he does a lot, and it's actually very funny. Like, not funny to laugh about. Like, well, you know what, that really worked. Guy didn't say anything, and yet it didn't feel like it didn't seem like it was something unnatural to him. It seemed like someone who just never spoke and he was doing what he was doing.
Would he still be doing the what?
No, exactly. You know, that's exactly. You know when he jumps and he overemphasizes his jump sounds or his
Will he still be doing
swashbuckling.
that?
Yeah, probably will do something like that, to be honest. But yeah, that really triggered
Yeah,
memories.
I don't disagree, isn't it? Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying in terms of like will he whatever, but the difference is it's Zelda, it's a Nintendo project, and it's with Hollywood. It's not with an independent studio. If it was with the guys who make Civil War, I think they're called A24 or something.
A24, and you know, and I know
A24,
that
legendary.
A24 are they're definitely amongst my favorite
studios.
amongst my favorite studios.
Producers, yeah. So if
they have too many big films.
They publish some crazy ass films.
Stop, Terrence.
Yeah.
Haven't they got a film coming up about some soldiers who get trapped in like a war zone or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And that looks horrifying.
That looks good. Yeah.
It looks horrifying.
But what I was trying to say is because A24 have signed Death Stranding, isn't it? And that's a perfect fit. Yeah, they've done
that's
it
very fitting for them
with Kojima. So if you said A24 had Zelda, then I'd be like, yes, they're gonna make.
I don't know, man.
Zelda's
the thing is, what we don't know.
Mario's an American. Mario the plumber is voiced by Chris Pratt and speaks American.
He's an Italian plumber though.
Like, so do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That like it's Hollywood. They're gonna do what they because.
Whoa, back up now. So yeah. I mean, you say Hollywood, but Nintendo did fantastically with the Mario film.
Yeah, but Mario's animated. Zelda's not animated.
But what I'm saying is Mario's animated. But what do they do with the Mario film? Mario has every single Hollywood actor in it. Like Chris Pratt, like it's full of blockbuster names. It's made by the people who did Despicable Me. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's not gonna go to Hollywood, and they want to sell the film. They want people. They're not gonna be like, oh no, he's mute. No, they're gonna have Tom Holland voice Zelda. Like, it's so bait. Like, and the reason why I say Tom Holland.
Whoa. Well, remember, when it comes to voicing, it'd be probably.
Well, isn't it a live action?
Let me finish.
Yeah, it's like Tom Holland is short enough.
Live action, that's going to be interesting who they cast for Zelda. But if we're talking in the same realm as the Mario film, I think it would come more down to who voices Princess Zelda. I mean, the title is Zelda. So, I would assume.
Well, we don't know what it's going to be called, though, innit? It could be called.
Well, that's true. It could be called Link's Awakening.
And you know who's making the film, right?
I don't.
It's Sony Pictures.
Sony?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So that's why when you were saying like, it's not going to be
Sony's been the ones been doing the Venom movies.
Yep.
Yeah, Sony Pictures.
God, and the Venom movies are so fucking good. Yeah. I watched the first 5-10 minutes of the second movie and I just switched it off.
Horrible. Horrible.
I was like, what the?
Not even just the Venom movie. They've done all the Spider-Man bombs.
What about the one
Craven bomb, Madam Web,
right?
Morbius.
Oh damn.
Yep.
You got them doing Zelda, yeah, so it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But Link is going to be chatting. Link's going to be chatting waffle like Venom.
Sony, Nintendo made a deal with Sony Pictures for Zelda. So I was surprised. I thought they'll go back to Universal, who did Mario, but they went with Sony Pictures for Zelda.
Well, I don't even know why they go in live action. Why not just do animated like Mario? I don't know why you go live action with Zelda. It's just such a weird thingy. I suppose they're I suppose they're hoping it would be like a Lord of the Rings type thing, but I don't know why they're going live action.
Right, and that's why, like I said, I have no faith.
Oh well, I had no faith on the moment they announced that. I was like, nah, live action Zelda, nah. I was like, it's just gonna be too weird. Who knows? It could surprise us a couple of years from now. We're like, oh, that Zelda movie was really good, man. Surprise. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like I said, it intrigued me. It got me thinking, and I thought to share my thoughts before.
I don't even make it even worse, but the guy.
Sorry, excuse me. Could you hear that in the background or not?
No.
Okay, great.
The guy who's and I just quickly just tried to do a little check. It's Sony Pictures, and it's not even like it's the good Sony Pictures. It actually is the Sony Picture side that is
What
involved.
has the good Sony Pictures done? Did they do Gladiator or anything? Did they just recently do Gladiator or something?
Did they do Logan?
I don't
Did they
think
not
so.
do Logan?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's them, you know.
Who did
I think
Logan?
Logan is Fox.
Was that Fox?
Yeah, X-Men, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the Sony Pictures that did all the Spider-Mans into the Spider-Verse. It's the person who's producing it. Done
Well, the Into the
Uncharted.
Spider-Verse is good, but it's obviously animated, so it's not live action.
The guy who's making Zelda he produced, not directing, but the guy who's in charge of doing it. He did Uncharted, he did Morbius, he did
Have you watched
Borderlands.
Uncharted? You fan of
Oh, I watched Uncharted years. That's old, man. That came out years ago. I watched it on TV the other day.
was it good?
And,
Did you like it?
I thought that's crap.
Oh, was it crap?
Yeah, it's crap.
Yeah, I've not heard anyone talk about it. Like, I've literally
It's
not
crap.
heard anyone talk about it, so I don't know.
Apparently, it was
Oh,
successful.
wow.
That's crap. The villain in it is the star of Naughty Dog's new game.
Is that the protagonist in the game?
The bald-headed girl.
The bald-headed girl. She's actually really pretty. She's actually very pretty.
Yeah. She's from the
I
TV show You. Have you not seen the TV show You?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. She was Figgy's girlfriend. She was dating him for a bit. Yeah.
Was it season 2? Isn't it? She was in season 2.
Season 2? Season 2 or season 3? Season 2.
Yeah, it was season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Season 2. Yeah. Season 2. Yeah, she was a librarian in season 2. Yeah. No, she's a pretty girl, but I don't know why they shaved her head off and made her look that way. I'm like, what's going on?
It's Naughty Dog.
I don't know what they're doing.
But wait. But even with that, some bald-headed girls are attractive, or crop top, whatever they call it. They do look good.
Yeah, well, she just looks odd that way. She looks odd, man.
I don't know.
But yeah.
It's not like, do you remember when they shaved Ripley's hair in Alien 3?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's that whole vibe that they seem to be going for with, like, because she's in a spaceship, so you are getting reminded of Alien. It's like, I think they're trying to pull at people's nostalgia strings with that. I think it's because she's in a spaceship, she's pressing all the buttons, talking about she's gonna fly to this planet, and he's got that whole attitude, like, I can get everything done. It was just but it's just like, clearly that, I know if it weren't for the Black Lives Matters and DEI, that probably would have been a white woman.
Yeah, she could be right. Could be right.
I think it's just Neil Druckmann. I think Neil Druckmann is just one of those creators.
Yeah, well, he's on trying to do the DEI stuff really hard, isn't it? I mean, Last of Us 2, that
listen,
just came out left field,
I don't know
man.
if you guys remember, right? But it's a good while ago. I had put it in the group, and I'd mentioned that this was before DEI was really, really getting to the point where it is now. I'd mentioned that Naughty Dog had hired a woman specifically, if I remember correctly, Terry, so you can correct me anytime, who was the lead writer for Last of Us 2. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
That does make sense. Last of Us 2 is Naughty Dog.
Well, I mean, the way it shows.
And she, what it was at the time, before the game even came out, there were a small pocket of people who were having problems with that. And then when the game finally did come out, their problems were fully revealed.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
And it was like, you see, so people were like, I told you that woman was gonna do something like this, because they had seen
that
her.
woman from Uncharted or something?
I think it could be
the
like
woman who did the
Uncharted,
Uncharted,
but she's someone. And
no.
The
woman. No. The woman who wrote Last of Us 2 also wrote on Westworld. She was a writer. Yeah. Really? She was a writer on Westworld. So basically, I know what you're talking about. So basically, back in the day, when Naughty Dog was with the lead, I think the lead writer for everything was Amy Hennig. And
because she did the Uncharted season.
So before they fired her, Bruce, the guy's name was Bruce Straley, and so
Terrence, you know your stuff, man. Okay, just roll.
So The Last of Us Part 1 was written by Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley. Bruce Straley he's a fantastic creative writer. He wrote like on the other Uncharted, everything, and you can see his creative influence because they were a duo. So they did Uncharted 4. So they did Last of Us first. Last of Us 1. Everyone loved it. You can see where Neil Druckmann was trying to push his agenda, but you can see the writing of Bruce Straley. You can see where that suppressed it because it only came out that Ellie was really gay when they did the DLC where she was with Riley in the arcade. But throughout the game, her sexuality wasn't even a thing. You didn't even think about it. You're just transported.
She just seemed like a little girl.
She's
You weren't
just a
even
kid,
thinking
innit?
about that.
Yeah,
She seemed like a little kid.
Yeah. So then Bruce Straley left Naughty Dog. So when he left Naughty Dog, Neil Druckmann announced that he is now writing The Last of Us 2 with a lady, I don't know her name, who had written on Westworld. And I remember in the documentary, she was like, she had a lot of input. I know exactly what you're talking about because a lot of people were scared about what would happen. And with the way Neil Druckmann writes and with her on board, because I think it was her idea to come up with Abby. And I think you know Abby was like a kind of like a retcon thing because when you play the game, she's just a made up character, and then they tried to retcon her origin story, which I thought was done really crap. But you can tell
it's
Abby
so forced, man. It's forced.
So forced.
Yeah, see, where I haven't played it yet, and obviously season
just
2.
You wait, mate.
Yeah, season 2 is coming. So my kind of thing is, remember this: I played Last of Us 1 to its entirety when the show came out. Even though I flipping had it from when it launched, I just never got around to finish it. But I did do it for that, and my hope is to do the same this time round. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting. Play it. Again, I stand by. In my opinion, for me, Last of Us is like one of the best third-person action games in terms of gameplay. Like that gameplay is, I haven't played a game in that genre that is better than Last of Us in terms of gameplay. That's just in my opinion. That's how highly I think.
What is that genre? What do you call that genre?
That all the time, to be honest. Most people.
I don't know. I would make it. It's like a third-person action game. It's not an RPG.
Thriller.
Is it not a horror
action
game?
Thriller?
Is it not a horror?
I don't think it's horror. No, I think it's thriller.
I don't know, but like
thriller. Like Alan Wake, because horror would be more like
Alan Wake.
What's that game? Resident Evil is horror.
Yeah,
right?
I think,
or like Silent Hill. Horror.
I think The Last of Us, well, even the controls, The Last of Us controls
it's
better.
More like action thriller.
The Last of Us 2 controls better.
That's a horror game, man. I'm pretty survival horror. It's a survival horror game.
Survival horror. Last of Us is survival horror. I don't see a game. For me, this is just my opinion. That control, like Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil doesn't control better than The Last of Us. Silent Hill 2 isn't. I'm not talking about game. I'm talking about control and gameplay mechanics. I find it very rare to find a game better than Last of Us 2 in terms of mechanically.
I think maybe to get anywhere close to that, you're probably looking at something like Metal Gear Solid 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2, maybe. Am I leaning in the right way?
Well, I think Red Dead Redemption's open world game, isn't it?
True, but you're talking mechanics.
To be honest, Red Dead Redemption, again, if we talk about mechanics, no, I'd still give gunplay.
I don't think they're in the same category. That's the thing,
they're not in the same category, but I'll still give gunplay to Last of Us. Like when you play Last of Us, you know.
Well, wait.
I wouldn't give gunplay to Last of Us over the Red Dead. No, definitely not. Like,
remember, Terrence, remember when I played the was it the remake, Last of Us? I think
they're completely different. I think the gameplay.
I think the melee combat in Last of Us is pretty incredible. Because it's very. But
like, this is for me. But
I think that's so good.
Also, Raph, they're different. Yeah. Like because you control Ellie. Ellie can go prone. So there's now the dynamics of the dynamics of the levels are completely different. Whereas Last of Us 1 is very Resident Evil 4. That's Last of Us 1. Very Resident Evil. Behind the character, he doesn't really jump or do anything like that.
Okay.
Whereas with Last of Us 2, she can jump.
It's evolved, doesn't it? Because I remember seeing some of the videos.
It's evolved.
And also,
Yeah.
remember this. That is actually a PS4 game.
Which one? Last of Us 2?
Yes, it's not a this-gen game, really.
Yeah.
It's a last-generation game,
Yeah.
by all accounts. Truly
That's
is.
what. That's why people cussing Naughty Dog at the moment. Well, they're coming
Because
like
Naughty Dog has had
GTA.
nothing this gen, have they? Have they had anything this gen?
Nothing they've had. No.
They've just been remastering their games over and over again. That's what's been
Yeah.
going on. Remaster.
Yeah, they got the
They've just
remaster of the
been
Uncharted
remastering their
collection.
games.
Yeah, they remastered Uncharted 4. They remastered Last of Us.
Yeah.
They remade Last of Us 1.
They took a gen off by the looks
That's
of
what
it.
they've been doing.
Because by the time this game that they just showed comes out, which I don't believe it's anytime soon.
When's it supposed to come out, Terence?
Doesn't say. Doesn't say.
I would say
Okay.
2 years from reveal, I'd say, and it only just got revealed.
But it'll be interesting because Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us 2 came out in the same year, isn't it? And Ghost of Tsushima 2,
Yeah.
and Ghost of Tsushima 2 is coming out this year.
That's the point.
So I don't think it's as far. Like PlayStation recently seemed to be announcing games that are not too far out.
Yeah, and games that are cancelled. A lot of
Well,
projects.
to be fair, Naughty Dog's got all working 2 IPs.
No, they haven't. They haven't
Sucker Punch is
announced.
only doing the 1 IP, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
they're working on Last of Us in the background.
they haven't. Sony haven't announced anything that's cancelled.
What was that God of War thing?
But Sony never announced it. That's just rumors.
Oh no, it's not been announced. Yeah.
Oh, so that's not true then.
I know
So
it
why
probably
you
is
telling me
true.
lies, man? You told me that's what's going on.
No.
But
So
you
that
can't
was
cancel. But you
this
can't
is-
cancel. You can't cancel something that's not that hasn't been
Oh
announced.
my gosh.
Yeah, no, Stryer was saying that this is these are
Behind
things
the
that they've
scenes.
cancelled behind the scenes. Yeah.
Wait. That information came from Stryer.
Yeah.
Okay,
But games get.
You know,
But the thing is, games get
he's accurate
cancelled
every
all the
time, man.
time.
He hasn't been wrong yet, so I don't know
No, he's
why
a
you're
liar.
going around. He's not been wrong on any of these things. He's
So
not been
if that's
proven
true,
wrong once. Yet.
if that's true, where's Demon Souls remake that was meant to be on PC 5 years ago? Where is it?
Well, they're not. They were making God of War live service. Yeah, they were that team that I thought was making the Demon Souls remake. They were making God of War live service.
Yeah, but
That's the problem.
he said, your boy said that it was coming to PC, but I don't see it on PC.
Stryer never said that. Where are you getting that from?
Yeah, you told me. You said that.
No, I never said Stryer said that. I said I think those guys are working on the Demon Souls remake because it just seemed like the logical thing to do. You've done Demon Souls, do Bloodborne. That was what my logic was telling me. I never imagined that they were making a God of War live service. That is shocking to my ears. That's what they were doing. They were making God of War live service. That's what they had that team doing. It's such a waste of time and money.
I see.
Yeah, they had that team that did an excellent remake. Instead of having them do Bloodborne, they had them doing God of War live service. This is such a terrible idea. But the good news out of it is that they're cancelling all those lives. They've given up on the live service thing, which is good. So, on to their next stuff. At least they stopped with that. I think Concord was the final nail in that coffin. So obviously for them to shut down a game in 2 weeks, that says a lot about, you're done with live service. They're clearly done with it. And then months later, behind closed doors, Jason Schreier's getting told by insiders that, they're cancelling all the live service games. It all adds up. It adds up.
Oh, yeah, I guess it does. But that's wild.
Yeah. So it's good, man, because the live service thing is just so silly. And then we obviously got the CEO of EA saying that, Dragon Age only failed because it didn't have shared world experiences. I was like, what?
What does he mean by that? Shared world experience?
That's when you're adding live service elements to a game. A lot of games do it.
Yeah,
but
he clearly.
You don't need that in a single player RPG. It's just such a silly thing to say.
Well, he doesn't know, innit? I mean, remember, you got a lot of these people in position who don't actually know. Like you were saying earlier, you talk about nepotism. How do we know how he got that role that he's in?
Obviously he's a numbers guy.
Exactly.
So
we don't know what he done to get that role, but it definitely doesn't sound like anything to do with competent gaming, because you're not going to come out of a comment like that.
I mean, he's definitely one of those numbers board statistics guys. He's not nowhere near the game scene, because for him to think, the live service elements, that's the problem. That's why the game didn't do well. And it's just
he's clearly confused. Clearly confused.
So that's just, and the fact that he's proudly said that when Mass Effect is in development, it's like, yeah, that's just
Like I
put
said,
Mass Effect into a thing of
I've said
you
it
cannot
before,
trust that game to be good
and I'll
now.
say it again. How many? Listen, you got to give the gaming industry the kind of chances that life gives you. How many chances do you need to give to EA and BioWare before you accept what is clearly written? The days of old are gone. What you've got now at best is Velguard. At best, that's the best you're ever gonna get. I don't expect anything
No,
from
we
these
don't
guys.
know
They've shown.
that. I don't
Well,
run
listen,
with that because they got rid of the whole
okay,
writing team, so that's a good, that's
okay,
a positive. They
yeah,
fired the entire Dragon Age writing team,
okay.
so it
So
means that they're going to hire
okay?
different writers
Which means
to
what?
make Mass Effect.
You see, different
So
writers doesn't equate to better writers,
yeah,
does
no,
it?
it don't. But it means it's an unknown. You can't just say it's going to be
Well, put it
worse.
this
That's
way. Well,
just no.
like
I
I
don't
said.
run with that.
Okay, so
Oh,
check. No, no,
everything's
no, no,
going to
no.
forever be
And you're
bad. I don't run with
listen.
that.
And as I said
No, I
already,
don't run with that narrative.
that's not for everybody to do. I just treat the system, the gaming
Yeah,
system, or
like an
anything.
ex-girlfriend.
Well, listen. Not at all. Let me tell you something. I'm very nice to all my ex-girlfriends. That's why they're my ex-girlfriends now. So I don't treat them like ex-girlfriends. Not that I have many of them.
Yeah,
But
but
anyway,
that's why
so
called ex-girlfriends is not a good
okay.
thing.
Well, not me. I can't relate to that. But what I will say is this: I treat them as they have treated me. And what happens here is this: EA, like people will look at BioWare, for instance, because that's their experience with EA. But my experience with EA goes a long way more than BioWare, and I don't know how many more disappointments I need to experience before I start to take on board. Listen, you people show me who you are. I don't sit back even
Yeah.
getting excited about anything that they're involved with because I've been shown. Like for you, it didn't hit you that hard. But I don't think you understand.
Yeah, because I didn't buy
Let
the
me
game.
finish. When Warhammer Online became the mass fail that it did, that left me with a very unforgettable disdain for EA because I know what that game should have been. When SimCity stopped being made, it was left with a
But then
disdain. When
Bad Company
Command and
2 came
Conquer,
out after
when
Warhammer. And
Command
Bad
and
Company 2
Conquer
is one of the
stopped
best
being
games
made,
EA has
when
ever made.
Command and Conquer stopped being made, it left a receipt with me. Not just because Dragon Age or just because of Mass Effect that I'm suddenly no. It goes a long way than that.
And those games came out after Warhammer Online. So your point is being made invalid. Those games came out after Warhammer Online.
Because because I wasn't
They did. They came out after Warhammer
listen to
Online.
what I'm saying to you.
Some of the best games they've made came out after Warhammer Online.
Listen to what I'm saying. I wasn't using chronological order. I was showing examples of games. I didn't say that they're gonna go in order, did I?
But
I
the
said
point
these are games.
is,
My point is these are games.
if you're talking about BioWare's had bad games in order, it means that they could still bring out good games, just as EA did. EA brought out bad games and then brought out good games. So it has happened. So this is what I'm saying. It's not right to say they're gonna forever make bad games.
You're right. You're right.
Exactly, Terence. If they're not the developer, they're just a publisher. So at the end of the day, good game can still roll out of that company as it did. Warhammer Online was before Mass Effect, before Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah,
it was
so
before Bad Company 2.
The beef is with BioWare. So I think Raf, your point is valid if you're talking about BioWare.
No. It's not with BioWare. It's with EA. My problem isn't with BioWare. BioWare.
It's wrong.
Let me break this down to you like this, right? So Terence, here we go.
Yeah.
You go to a shop.
Yeah.
I don't know, your favorite restaurant. You've been going there for years. You have the best food. And then let's say you've been going there 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. Then you go there again. The food's not as good. You go there again. The food's even worse than it was last time. So you make a little inquiry and they tell you, oh yeah, we had these 3 chefs that were working there for the last 10 years. They've left. Do you continue to go there? No.
No,
you know what game came out before Dragon Age thingy? Jedi Survivor. And Jedi Survivor was dope. So this is what I'm saying. EA games, you're going to get the hits and misses, but they still get some hits. So this is what I'm saying. You can't just think, oh, because it's EA, every game is bad. It doesn't work like that because they're just a publisher. So it's the developers behind them. Respawn is a big developer, really good developer. They've only made good games. So Respawn is under EA. So it's like, just because you get some bad games from some of the developers doesn't mean everything EA makes is going to be bad. No, don't run like that. Like, that's just the reality of it. So that's why I don't agree with that, the mindset of, they've done something bad, so they're forever going to be, but anything they do is bad. No. Jedi Survivor was dope.
Yeah, it's the developer in the game. Like, it's not the publisher. The publisher
is the publisher is responsible for, I would say, the quality of the games. And if you're saying overall that you feel that EA is a bad publisher, I won't disagree with you because I do think they're bad.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah.
I do think they're a bad publisher. I think their only goal is to extrapolate
money.
much money as possible
to
from
make
the
as much money
consumer.
as possible.
You
Yeah.
know,
Just like Activision.
Yeah. Oh no, like last year we sold 20 million FIFAs. This year we sold 19 million FIFAs. Oh my gosh, fire everybody. Like that's EA, isn't it? So I agree with you in that sense. But BioWare's in trouble. I can't even, like, again, I'm someone who loves BioWare games. I can't even try and be positive on BioWare because they haven't had a hit since what, Mass Effect 3?
Yeah, Mass Effect 3 was their last hit, man.
So
well,
yeah.
Actually, they'll say Inquisition is their last hit because they did do 12 million units, one game
But
a
yeah,
year.
there you go.
So Inquisition is their last hit. Yeah.
Inquisition, but like, yeah, they've had stinkers.
Bomb after bomb, Anthem,
Andromeda, and now
and then Velgard. Yeah.
Velgard. So yeah, but yeah,
but that's BioWare, you know. It's not EA because EA. No.
But I also think when you hear the story about Dragon Age, I don't think that game was ever going to be great because you guys say it to me all the time. When games have troubled development, like Andromeda had, like Dragon Age had, they tend to not come out great. And remember, Dragon Age wasn't it called Dragon Age?
It was a live service, yeah.
It was a live
service game originally. So
it went from single player to online to back to single player. How is the game meant to come out okay? You've just cut and chopped the game so many times. So I think what they made, I think it's actually a testament.
It's actually a miracle, you know.
That's what I was gonna say.
It was playable. It's actually a miracle because that was from the remnants of a live service game. So the fact that they even pulled that off, which I consider a 7 out of 10 game, is actually quite a miracle. So that's why I was like, yeah, that's why I was defending the game when people were just shitting on it completely. Because I was like, it's not that bad. I was like, it is a 7 out of 10 game. Obviously, people expect a 9 and a 10 from Dragon Age because the IP itself is, a lot of people love that IP. It's a renowned IP for RPG players. And it's just not on the level of what Dragon Age Origins was. And even people are like, you know, they compare it to that. I mean, Dragon Age 2 wasn't great, but it's because it had a dark tone to it. And this one is just completely the opposite. It's completely light. And then obviously you got all the DEI stuff in there. It is just completely a tone switch. Even the color palette was switched. Because remember, Dragon Age used to be dark toned, medieval. It should be looking like Kingdom Come type thing. But it went to this more Marvel, bright colors, anime. So it's a complete tone switch. But again, the fact that this came off the back of a live service game, it's a miracle. It's half decent because it's done better than it was a better game than what I saw with Gotham Knights. It looks better than Suicide Squad. Them games didn't seem to be able to at least pull out a decent game at the end of it. But yeah, I think it got unfairly criticized for its DEI when other games also do DEI. Other like very successful games do it. So I think, but it's the timing in it. It's come at a time where DEI is no longer accepted. So that's why it got shit on completely. It just got shit on. And I can't blame them because it's just unnecessary. The forced DEI is an unnecessary thing. But for me, clearly, obviously, it's a developer thing, not a publisher thing. I mean, EA, like you said, their past is riddled with terrible decisions, but yet they've still pulled out some of the best games we've played. Because for us to talk about Mass Effect, Dragon Age Origins, Bad Company 2, these games came after things they did with Warhammer Online. So they've been doing terrible things for a long time, but they've also throw out hits as well. So it's like, it's just the developers underneath them. And I have trust in Respawn, guys behind Apex Legends, Titanfall, Jedi. They're doing good games. So it's like I expect the next Respawn game, I think, is Jedi 3, the third game. I think that's going to be good. think that's in good hands, and and I expect the next Battlefield to be a lot better than the last one. But yeah, I think it's about the developers. That's why I won't sit there and just be like, no, anything EA produces is going to be bad. Like I don't have that type of mindset. But EA themselves, yeah, they're an awful publisher. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Oh yeah, so that was we were going on about Sony cancelling their live service stuff. So obviously, as a Sony fan yourself, Terence, I mean, what were your thoughts when you heard that they were cancelling live service? Do you believe it to be true? Do you believe Stryer was correct about that leak?
No, it's correct, isn't it? Like it's not because I know that in the past Sony have come out and stated that like they're working on like I think they said they're working on remember they said they're working on 12 live service games. We were talking about
I remember. Yeah, they said.
So the fact that like I think near enough all of them are cancelled.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog one was cancelled. Yeah, remember that.
A lot of them were cancelled. Yeah. And I actually think it's a good thing because I think if you're not experienced in a certain genre, then you shouldn't chase it. Like I feel like if we look at all the really popular games that are live service, like a lot of them are just like they're not by design. Like I feel like they're just like I feel like Fortnite is Fortnite. Not they didn't go, oh, this is going to be Fortnite. Fortnite was a tower defense game.
Yeah, no, yeah. They could, but that's the thing. They did copy what they saw was working, and have become a massive success because of it.
Exactly, but like I don't think like because they've become a massive success. But the difference, what I'm trying to say is, there's only one Fortnite. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The reason why everyone was doing online multiplayer or online shooters because you could have multiple that are successful. Whereas I think the audience that these people are trying to get are a different audience, and those audience are fixated on Fortnite, on Minecraft, on whatever it is they play online. I don't think the person who plays Fortnite goes, oh, I'm going to play 5 live service games this year. Like, no, they just play Fortnite that year. They put hundreds of pounds or dollars or whatever into Fortnite. So when you're trying to make a Fortnite competitor or whatever competitor, like you're not saying you're asking for a lot. You're basically playing the lottery. So
you got to remember this. Fortnite. Remember, it's a battle royale that was a competitor to PUBG. PUBG was the most popular battle royale game until Fortnite came. So PUBG was the battle royale game. Everyone knew about PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That was a massive battle royale game. Fortnite came out with their tower defense, failed, looked at PUBG, said, oh, we've got a system that we can use. We could copy that and then put our spin to it. And then they came out with that, boom, blew up, and they surpassed PUBG, but they were the competitor to PUBG. And then obviously, Call of Duty then jumped on it. Yeah, we're bringing ours, Warzone. EA jumped onto it. We're bringing ours, Apex Legends. So there's all these battle royale games and all the other failed ones that have come and gone. So there was many battle royale games, but obviously Fortnite sits at the pinnacle on top of all of the battle royale.
the ones. But again, what you've just listed there as the competitors and stuff, take Fortnite away. Your competitors are IP that already have a sustainable user base. Of course, Call of Duty can do. Call of Duty can do.
Yeah.
But guess what? Can Sony create Resistance Battle Royale?
No,
that will flop.
That's because so many have flopped as well. So many have tried. Remember, so many of them have tried.
And then, like again, you have Blizzard, who, again, they know their market, they know their audience. They create Overwatch. Obviously, they're having a bit of difficulty with Overwatch.
They did a battle royale recently as well. Funny.
Yeah, I'm hearing
game mode.
I'm hearing Marvel. I'm not in this world, but I'm reading Marvel Rivals is eating up Overwatch.
Yeah, man, they're definitely taking their user base. Yeah, man. Because they fucked up. They fucked up, and the
Yeah.
Chinese devs have come in and
Yeah.
exploited the weakness.
Exactly.
Very smart, man.
But what I'm trying
Very
to say
smart.
is like, even Blizzard created, like, Blizzard is like the PUBG in it. They created that hero shooter
Well, yeah, they became the best of the hero shooters, yeah.
of the best of
Because
hero shooters, and now
they
someone else is
pinnacled,
coming.
yeah,
Someone else is
and
coming to take
stolen
their
their
lead.
lunch, yeah.
But But again, who's taking it? Marvel. It's another IP that is recognizable and thingy. So when Sony are now trying to enter this space with Concord, that looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff.
So
like,
yeah, some cheap £1 store Guardians of the Galaxy.
you don't even look at it and go. You don't even look at it and go, oh right, you don't even know who these people are. So why are you now going to stop what you're doing? And it wasn't even free to play. They actually charged people money for it. Like, and you're gonna play that. You're not gonna do that. So Sony are known for single player or whatever. But I guess we're in that day and age where that's not sustainable for companies anymore, isn't it?
That's why they want the live service money, innit?
They want live service money, isn't it? Like,
I think you see where you just said that it's not sustainable. It depends, because there was a time when you could buy a game, and if it was successful, you could look forward to many expansions or DLCs and stuff like that, which somehow were sustainable at a point. But I really do feel that greed plays a massive part in this so-called sustainability, because I think it's the green-eyed monster. They see what they're doing and they're like, look, I want some of that. It's not that you need some of that, but you want some of that. And that's where they're getting their problems more than anything else. They're getting their problems from trying. You didn't see. Let me tell you this. You see where Fortnite is. You don't see anyone or any of those guys at Fortnite saying, you know what, man, that Last of Us did good. We need to do a Last of Us. Or that God of War's doing good. We need to do a God of War.
But why would they do that though? But that's not going to make them any money.
Fortnite's at the pinnacle, so they don't need to look
exactly.
down on it. So
but the thing is, the point is, whether those games are
highly successful. But they did the same thing. So what you're saying,
I was going to say, they
funny.
did the same thing. They used to make the Last of Us. They
reached the top by doing it.
They
did the same thing. They literally did the same thing.
Okay, so listen to what they did. They made a game that failed, right? It failed.
Yeah,
that's correct.
And then they copied something that was successful.
Afterwards, they went and they said, okay, listen, let's jump on this. None of the other guys have done that. They haven't failed and said, okay, you know what?
They're all doing it.
No. You missed my point. You missed my point.
What's Concord?
Listen. You missed my point. They failed and then went back, right? So a tower defense game, I don't know if you know, but tower defense games are massive.
Not Fortnite. Games. Fortnite failed. It tried to drop a triple A.
It failed as a tower defense game. So guess what it did? It went and saw another game and tried to be that, and it was successful in doing it.
Yeah.
These games that you're talking about didn't fail as something else. They came in trying to do what something else was doing and failed at that. So my point is this: it's not like it came like how Fortnite did. It failed at that and said, right, you know what? The assets here are good enough to perhaps probably try that. These guys just saw that and said, we're going straight there, and invested insane amounts of money in going straight there, and then buried those projects.
But that's funny.
However, my point is, a lot of the guys who were doing that were already great at what they already do.
That's what I was saying.
So imagine you're already great. I've got
a good example. Blizzard, Overwatch only exists because they failed at doing the MMO, and they took the pieces of the MMO and created that hero shooter, which was a success.
Right.
So it's literally almost what Fortnite did, but they did it behind closed doors.
So check it. They created something already and said, you know what? We got some strong assets here. This could be used for something else. None of the other guys who are just jumping into just copy Fortnite have got that.
Yeah,
they haven't got nothing else to fall back on.
Because they're there for the wrong reasons.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
And that's why if you look at Concord, if they really wanted Concord to be successful, and I know you told me this already, Terrence, that they had the films and they even had that level 7 thing, I think.
Secret level.
Along with secret level, right? So they had plans.
Franchise, mate.
But you don't come with that first, because as you say, no one knows these characters. There weren't even no like what you could say a media thing, like when you have characters just popping up and background and even Overwatch did that. Overwatch would do that a lot before we saw the characters. It's like before the game even launched, I felt like I knew some of the characters already. because they really did media blowout for the characters. So you knew like before they were coming, but they didn't do that with that game. They didn't put that kind of effort in. But what always baffles me is how there's hundreds of millions, not 100 million, hundreds of millions were put into something like that, just for them to turn the button off. I can't begin to try and even understand how that can happen and seem, according to rumors, happen again and again. Something's going terribly wrong somewhere, terribly wrong.
Yeah, because again, is like you said, it's greed. They look at it and go, we're experts in this field, single player, whatever games. God of War is a huge seller. So God of War has so many fans. Now, guess what, guys? If we make a God of War game where those same fans have to keep giving us money, it's going to make, like, that's how we're going to get them, because we're going to slap the God of War IP over this crappy game, because it's not going to be 10 Kratoses fighting each other.
In comes Night Rain.
Night Rain, what's Night Rain? What's that?
The Elden Ring's live service, essentially.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you see, I keep forgetting the name of that, but yeah.
So that's what it is. It's they're greedy, but the reason why I say it's not sustainable, because what's happening is, games cost a lot to develop. So it's not like back in the day where we got 3 Uncharted because they were just basically reskinned and just did bits of improvements and just, tweaked the engine. Now it's costing millions, and they're looking at it like going, oh, how are we going to make our money back? You can't.
Terence, can I ask you something about it? Why do you think games from so-called AAA developers are costing exuberant amount of money, when other games that aren't costing nowhere near the money that they cost with very minuscule budgets are making way more money than they are? What do you think is going on there? Where's this money going that they say?
I can tell you, because one's a small company, and one's a multi-billion, and one's a multi-billion dollar
where's
company.
The money going? What I'm saying is, where's the money going?
What do you mean?
Like, where are they spending this budget? What's it being spent on? Because it's definitely not in the product, because we're seeing these products and they're laughable most of the time.
No, but the money's going into the product. So the reason why Dragon Age, let's just take Dragon Age for example, is a failure, was because that game's been in development since 2015 or something, right?
Right.
It came out in 2024. So for 10 years, you've got to pay a studio of what, about 100
10
people.
10 years of salaries.
10 years of salaries. Those guys are making 80, 90K a year to develop and animate and do everything. So development costs a lot of money.
Yeah,
you look at Gears of War.
Yeah.
Like the first Gears of War came out in 2006. The third Gears of War came out in 2011. So in the matter of 5 years, 6 years, in the matter of 5 years, they made 3 Gears of Wars. So you're getting bang for your buck. Now it's taking 7 years between games.
Yeah, and that's
where the money's going, right? Whereas you get an indie developer or a smaller company where they don't have those overheads. So when they make a game like Kingdom Deliverance or Power World or whatever, it's a major success because they haven't had to pay 1 million people silly salaries. So that's why their games don't need to do as well. So when they do bust and do even better, these guys are rich now and laughing and they're mojang.
And the best example is the Power World devs. They said it. They said that as an indie team, becoming successful is now costing them more money than they ever imagined.
They got to run the servers.
It then becomes costly when you're successful.
Fight Nintendo in court.
The server costs were ripping at them. They were like, rah. Like the more successful you are, the more it does cost. And now we're
more money, more problems.
Why Rockstar's taking so long to make games now? Budgets are exploding because it just costs a lot more to do big games and to sustain them.
So
that's
imagine,
why they want the income to come back. They can't just have one sell.
Exactly.
They need the money to keep coming in.
And obviously it's wrong, innit? But the reason why EA are vexed at Dragon Age Veilguard is because we paid you guys for 10 years to create this game. You bought it out, people bought it for a month, and no one's buying it again. Where to them it's like, if it's live service, we can do season 1, season 2, season 3.
So Well, that's why
Mhm.
a prime example of that, you only need to look at Suicide Squad to see what happens there. Because their
Yeah.
game was live
Yeah,
service, and
Rocksteady's done, mate.
it's now a wrap. Them servers are being
But
switched off very soon.
but isn't that now the state of, and that's why like gaming is actually, I think when I look at it objectively, gaming is heading into a really dangerous place because all publishers want to do is suck money from you. So
Okay, so what I'll say is this: that the counter to that is gaming is heading into a dangerous place if you are exclusively owner playing AAA
Triple A,
titles.
yeah. The indie guys
oh,
are
Okay,
I
listen, let
rising
me tell you
right
agree.
something.
now.
I agree.
Because
The
I
because I
indie
agree.
think
guys are
because I was
rising.
sitting down the other day and I was thinking
I
about gaming,
agree.
right? And I was talking about, and I said, listen, I don't think gaming right now is very, very, very good. And I say that
Yeah,
because every
damn right.
time I log on to Steam, the games that I see and get exposed to is just the creativity I see is just like I've never seen before. And I'm like, man, look at these options. Very rarely am I even paying attention to these big guys because it's just the same old, same old, same old, same old. Lad bang, crash bang, wallop. No really creativity anyway. Yeah, you got the so
Mhm.
it's like go back to the year of. Do you remember Hardcore Henry? Remember that film?
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
So that film came out. It was an independent film. It cost like $1 million, maybe two. And it was one of the best action films I'd seen in a long time. And it really, even though I always knew about independent films, it really got me switched on to, you know what? I've got to really start paying attention to these indie films. Now, I haven't complained about films in a long time because I don't just sit, I don't really, if there's a good Hollywood film, fine, but there is so many good indie films. Same with like independent music to a degree. I was off of music for a while, but nah, there's some good little independent musicians out there who are really, have you thinking, okay, there are some of you out there still. And the same's for gaming. Like the smaller indie guys are never going to get the coverage or have the budget for the coverage that these big guys have and swamp up all the time. But they definitely have that kind of that intrigue into something fresh and something new. And like
No,
I said, I was surprised. I went on Steam and I was like, man, there's so many games, so many.
well, the shift is already happening. So the past couple years now, the indie games are the ones being the
Yep,
most successful
yeah,
games
they are.
and winning game of the year and stuff like
Yep.
that. Like some of these indie games are now the
Yeah, but
ones
again,
blowing up. So there is a shift happening.
the counter to that, the counter to that is that yes, the indie games are, but there's so many indie games that it's again, you talked.
Yes.
I was reading something where they were talking about indie developers and everything. So let's just say you have 100 independent developers. It's only like 1 or 2% of them that get that. Do you know how many studios are out there like the Kingdom Deliverance
Yeah, yeah.
guys or the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Power?
of
there's loads of them.
course, of
Yeah.
So
course.
it's still
But
only
it's the best of the
one.
best that make it, innit? And that's just the way it is. Like I think the most like because what we're seeing is like it's like a return to basics. The most passionate devs and the most like creative devs are the ones getting the shine now. And that's why the AAA devs are being made to look bad. Like the AAA games are looking bad because gamers
They
are
are bad.
supporting creativity and they're going back to we want to put our money where the creative devs and creativity
And
is
and
being done.
also and also
Do you know?
no,
I
no,
agree with that. I agree
yeah,
with that.
and it's not even just that. They're making good games. That's
Yeah.
the bottom line. They're making
I agree with that too.
consistently good games. It's like, hold on, another good one, another good one. And
Yeah.
it's like, hold on a minute.
Mhm.
These guys are just, and because they clearly have a standard that they're keeping to, and they're clearly not settling for mediocrity. And so this is what ultimately what you get when you're in that kind of space. And like I said, I was just like, yeah, you know what? Because, and I guess this should take us into this whole thing with where was
Got
it now?
woke and negativity
Yeah, like
clicks,
rogue
as you say.
negativity. Because
Mhm.
every time, like I'll say this, for the last few years, I'd say since the pandemic, there's a few channels, I won't mention them, but there's a few channels I'd listened to, and it was making sense at the time. I would say over the last coming up to a year, when you hear people and you can just the first few minutes out of their mouth is it's not positive. It tends to be negative. So they go and they now look for negativity. They don't stumble across it. They actually consciously go and look and find what isn't easy to
Mm.
find. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. You went and looked for that. So it's like when when people are looking for that thing, instead of just accepting all the good things and mention that. It's no, let me just keep going till I find, there's a DEI. Let me talk about that. You're not going to talk about all the stuff that was good up to that point. And it started to, I don't even use the word trigger me, but I started to see a consistency amongst the usual, the terms woke and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I can speak for myself, but we've been on the page of that for some time, talking about this. I don't think we ever used the words woke, but it was like false representation was something I was running with. I said, look, I'm tired of just seeing people just slap a black person in there, make them,
race
make them
swapping, all
do
these sort
this.
of
Yeah,
silly
I
crazy
was
stuff.
sick of that. That I am sick of, and it doesn't make sense. But there's some other things where it's like, hold on, tell me how good the game is, man. Tell me how good the sound was. Yes, okay, there might be this scene in there or that scene in there, and upon talking about this is where I'd like to bring in negativity for clicks and views, and how at a time I wouldn't say I was falling for it, but I could have been part of those numbers in terms of clicks and views. I'd be, watching a video and thinking it's going to talk about one thing, and it starts telling me some other stuff. And my experience of that came last year with Space Marine 2. When I think this point last year, so Space Marine 2 was delayed, came out in the September of 2024, and around this time we started to hear the whole DEI in Warhammer, someone who was a man is now a woman, is the main writer, and this is what they're going to do to the Space Marines. And I could be guilty of being gullible because so much of it was going on and believing that. And that game came out and there wasn't even an answer that in there. And I was like, see what these guys do for clicks and views? And that's what they do. And it's still going on a lot. If anything, it's worse than it's ever been. Because now, like I said, they're searching for it. Which, I think the recent one is with Deliverance. And I'm like, well, you're going on about this, that, and the other, but the game's clearly a good game. And the sales are clearly reflecting that too. But you still just want to lean on Christianity or homoerotic stuff or there's black people in it. I was just like, come on, man, it's ridiculous now. So
yeah,
upon that, I would say those of you listening, watch out for what these views tend to be from a pocket of individuals, because it really is for click and views. It really is. They don't even really care. They're not really that bothered, but it can incite certain things. And not everything is a DEI insert. And some of you, but what I said before was misrepresentation. That DEI stuff, no, I'm not really gone down that road. But what I have said for the community I'm a member of, it triggers when you see, for instance, the current Doctor Who, and you're like, well, hold on, you finally, not finally, no one really screamed and shouted for a black Doctor Who, but look at the version that you put in there. Why did it have to be him?
That got panned, didn't it? That
Yeah.
is.
It's like, what's going on?
January.
It's like, hold on a minute, that's what you do. And it's like when we had Reva in Star Wars. I was like, okay, so she's black and she's a female, and she happens to be one of the worst Sith I've ever seen. Like, what was that? And it's tiresome, very tiresome now. And now, right now, on Valentine's Day, you're gonna see Captain African American, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, and that's where it's like, okay, that makes sense. But this other stuff, just like, mate, stop it. So I'm really now got my radar out for people who just, or channels who just, because let me say something, because I guess my algorithms changed to Warhammer a lot. I was getting bombarded with Henry Cavill leaves because they want to change Space Marines to females and this and that. And I'm like, okay. But then I start, and sometimes these things are on in the background. And I heard one line. I said, hold a minute, let me check this shit myself. I need to, because this guy don't sound like, he just sounds like he's just talking and waffling. Then I realized, well, there's nothing official here. There's nothing official being said. Long and behold, last month we have Henry Cavill himself, which I think was mid-December, and he came out to celebrate the Warhammer news that he decided to, I think he took a pilgrimage to the first place he ever bought Warhammer models 30 years ago, and him and his team and the minds at Games Workshop had been working away in concept rooms for the last year. So they've been working really hard. Concepts, what stories to go with, what characters to use, what codexes to run with. And that is why it was so long before they could announce anything. And you know, where they're going to start the story is going to remain a secret, but it has started. And I was like, look at that. These guys were saying the man's gone. He's left. DEI. This, that, and the other. And I was like, man, you know what? Done with these charlatans. So yeah, that's my personal experience with these sorts of individuals who are festering the internet now, like really festering the internet. And they kind of got what they wanted now. Now Trump's in, DEI is being removed anyway. But I guess now, remember this, very hard to make money if you haven't got negativity to talk about. So with your YouTube channel, if there's no DEI, what are you going to talk about now? What are you going to talk about?
This is the thing, like the waters have been very muddied by a lot of things. Obviously, we've obviously forced DEI agendas in entertainment all round, movies, TV shows, games. Like that's been going on for years, ever since ever since 2020 we had obviously the George Floyd incident and Black Lives Matter as a movement. There was DEI was like being pushed harder than it ever was. Like there was always before that it was always coming, that they'll slipping it into stuff. But after 2020, it's like all these consultancies went into overdrive, and was pushing it hard, and then the LGBT jumped on top of that. Us too. We're
because
also,
you know what, they weren't really there before. When I think about it,
no, they jumped onto that. They jumped off on the back of that.
Like just went into overdrive.
And it went into overdrive. And what we're seeing now, from time the president is talking about ending DEI, it just shows how much it's affecting the public enough that regular people know of it and they don't like it, and they're being annoyed by it. And then things are now reflecting in game sales, movies, like things TV shows. Loads of things are failing because people are fed up. And obviously there's a bunch of YouTubers, content creators who are what I will call basically grifters. They've jumped onto this hate train for DEI because it gets clicks. So it's like we're seeing so many videos on it, like negativity about everything.
Every day, man.
So they look for DEI in everything. Like any little, if there's a person of color or someone who's gay or someone who's trans, it's immediately DEI. This is the terrible product. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. And it's like that's problematic, because what you're basically saying is that if the movie game thing isn't a straight white male, if it's anything else, it's DEI.
It's DEI,
You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't make sense. We can't just now say only products with straight white males is normal, but if you've got a woman or a person of color, it's now DEI, or someone who's not straight, DEI. Like it just can't work like that, and that's why it's gone too far. Like they're too extreme with it, because now they're not even. There's no openness to the nuance of storytelling, because storytelling involves multiple races. Even if you go back in history, there's multiple races involved in things that happen. It's not ever just one race. And it's not ever just one sexuality. There's loads of history of people with different sexualities in pivotal places. You know what I'm saying?
The Roman times. The Romans
Caesar himself, was supposed to be quite sexually fluid. So
and Caligula.
Like, for them to just have this mindset that if anything out of the ordinary, if it's not straight white male, it's DEI, that's problematic, because you're not leaving any room for those nuances. So I think that's where the problem is, and people just gone too far with that. But yeah, I think at some point it will balance itself out when people realize they are getting too carried away. Because like games like Kingdom Come Deliverance are proving that, look, this is a good game. Baldur's Gate 3, good game. Despite things in there that you call DEI, these are good games regardless.
Yep.
So I just think as long as content remains to be good, then people are going to start to realize how ridiculous some of these extremists are being. But yeah, I hope it does balance itself out, and hopefully it will. Because I think, a lot of people are starting to see that, some people are being a bit ridiculous about it. But where Trump has just got into office, I think right now it's a whole lot of gung-ho positioning going on.
Yeah.
But I think as the years go by, it's just going to smooth out. And, as entertainment, I think because of the force DEI no longer being accepted, I think off the back of that, we're going to see entertainment where they're not forcing it as much. And that's a good thing as well. So it's like the two things are going to solve each other, if that makes sense. Because we're going to get less entertainment with DEI in it. And that's going to mean the extremists have nothing to shout about. So it's going to balance itself out.
So they're going to dry up. They're going to dry up.
Exactly what you said. They're eventually going to run out of things to cry about.
And good riddance to them.
Yeah, because it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And so, yeah.
So with that being said, I think that that kind of tied up the whole woke thing and whatnot else. Move on to the Xbox show as we come close to the end now.
Yes.
I personally didn't see it. I did get you could say the memo about Forza Horizon now making its way to PlayStation. Terrence, do you have anything more on that? Any more depth to that?
No, it was just that it was an interest. Actually, do you know what? It was an interesting showcase because obviously it wasn't like a big spectacle. Like I think Xbox have done these quite a few over the last few years where it's just basically like a deep dive into games, and I think it's a nice way to highlight what we always ask for is like if a game's coming out, we want to see the game, we want to see like what the game's about, we want to see gameplay, all of that jazz, and that's exactly what they did, and they had a few surprises in there. I think the biggest surprise was they dropped
Ninja Gaiden
remake, isn't it? Remastered.
Stealth drop for the number 2.
Wait, State of Decay wasn't there?
No, it wasn't. No. It was so the Xbox Direct wasn't a E3 show or whatever. Before the show came out, they said these are the
developer thing. The developer side, right?
Yeah, they said these are the 4 games we're showing. Yeah, these are the 4. We're doing a deep dive into these 4 games. That's it. And then they had a bit of surprises. The four games they did a deep dive into were Ninja Gaiden 4, which they announced. They then dropped Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which was like I said, was it
was like a stealth drop, right? It dropped straight away.
Yeah, straight away. You can play it right now. Ninja Gaiden 2 remade in Unreal Engine 5.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's remade in Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, and then South of Midnight, which is their like southern, but based in Southern America. Looks interesting. It's got a really funny frame rate, which makes the most.
Yeah, it's called stop motion. It's stop motion is what they call it. Yeah.
And then
you see it in old school like animated movies.
Yeah.
Stop motion. Yeah. I think it's like A Nightmare Before Christmas, them type of.
Yeah, those type of things.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. And then
obviously in gaming it's weird because it makes it look like you're dropping frames.
When you're not dropping frames. Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see the PC version because I know there's a lot of people.
They've already put a setting in it that you can switch it off because they know it will give you that feeling. So they're like, you can switch that stop motion thing off.
Oh, so that's in general. You can switch it off anyway.
Yeah,
good. I didn't know that. And then there's another game which actually looks kind of decent. Is it called is it
Expedition? Yeah, Obscure Expedition 33. Yeah, that to me, good. It looked amazing. I was just like, this. It sort of reminded me of like old school Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 9, but yet with such a new modern twist to it.
And it's turn-based. It's not even action.
It's turn-based, yeah. But what they've done is turn-based with action elements. So they're trying to innovate in turn-based combat, like because you can dodge and do things whilst the enemy's attacking you. Like you don't just stand there and hope that they miss, like traditional turn-based games.
It reminds me the combat reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy 13.
I didn't play that one.
It's a bit. It's Final Fantasy. It's a bit like Final Fantasy 13, where the combat's very action heavy, but it's still turn based. and you can do things. You can do things in between. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 has a very good combat system, but yeah, that looks good. It's and all these games are coming out soon, or this year, should I say?
Yeah,
Like,
next few months, in fact.
yeah, the one
Yeah.
even Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then the last
The
game was
Yeah, go on. No, go on, continue.
yeah, I was gonna say then the last game they did a little deep dive into was Doom the Dark Ages, which is apparently changed, like they kind of changed there's no online multiplayer, it's strictly single player. They've got mechs, apparently it's like very story driven, which will be very interesting to see how they pull that off. But I think the biggest thing to come out, one of the biggest talking points to come out of the show was the fact that like everything in the show, apart from South of Midnight, which for the time being, everything else was announced for PS5. So everyone was like, a lot of fanboys, Xbox fanboys, they're upset because it's like you don't get a state of play, and everything on the Sony thing is coming to Xbox, like everything. And Ninja Gaiden, which is back in the day, Ninja Gaiden would have been an exclusive because Microsoft are publishing Ninja Gaiden. It's a Microsoft. They're the ones that are actually funding the game and publishing the game. It's being developed with Platinum Games and Team Ninja, but it's a Microsoft game. So I think when it first came out, if you went online, everyone was going, "Oh, Microsoft have all the games exclusives. We've won, da, da, da." And then it came out that like, yeah, it's also coming to PS5. So people are up in arms at the moment because everyone's going, why should I buy an Xbox? Like, if all their games are coming to.
Okay, so wait, so hold on. Did they just realize that now? I mean, we that was kind of obvious from the jump. I mean, it's one of the. Hey, look, Sean, you there?
Yeah.
So think about it like this. Personally, ever since Xbox started putting the games on PC, I don't think we bothered with the consoles anymore, or Xbox consoles for that fact.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I think
it's not made sense as a PC owner because
exactly. So now
Xbox is essentially a lower
a
version of a PC,
a lower version
spec
of a
PC,
PC gaming platform. Albeit be a simplified one. But what I'll say to that is I think is it not obvious that, or at least it was the Xbox's ambition to try and get everyone to game off the cloud. I don't know what happened to their mega cloud system that they were going to have that was meant to be seamless and whatnot else. But I think at this point, and I think even Terrence has mentioned this, they didn't buy all those studios to lock their numbers into the consoles that they have in terms of sales. Because even if they sold their games on every single Xbox console that was out there, it's still not enough.
No, they wouldn't be making any money.
It's not enough. So like, these guys moaning and that, I don't know where, I don't even understand. This ain't the 360 days. I don't get it. What are you moaning about?
It's tribalism, isn't it? It's the whole my box is better than your box.
It's silly though, man, but it hasn't been that way for a long time.
See, I think
not in the console world, man. That's the thing.
I was going to say because you're in the PC world.
Okay, yeah, I'm out of touch then.
But they console warring is
they still do that.
It's huge. Like console warring is huge, and like I said, people are having meltdowns. People are destroying Xboxes online.
I remember a video last year with some old guy. He was getting mad. I don't know. His video went viral. He was upset because something was announced that it was going to Xbox. I can't.
That's when they first announced Xbox going to PlayStation.
I think so.
A guy had a meltdown about it.
And a full-blown meltdown. I said, "Is this guy doing this for views? Or is he being serious? Because this don't make no sense to me."
But what made it worse is like not worse, but what was the nail in the thumb was because after the show, everyone was already vexed, like going, "Oh, how we've got a Xbox showcase and all the games on here are coming to PlayStation," because everyone knows that South of Midnight will come to PlayStation eventually.
Yeah.
Then to make matters worse, because I think what's always happened is that like Xbox are Xbox own Call of Duty, so technically Call of Duty is an Xbox game now, whatnot. But what people have always defined as the pillar of Xbox in terms of
Halo,
the big, well, they've always called it the big three, right? Halo, Forza,
Gears, and
Gears.
Gears.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's they announced that Forza Horizon was coming to PlayStation, and the meltdown. Oh, I had popcorn out. I was reading the threads. Like,
That's popcorn.
That's
like
funny.
the
That's
way people, someone went online and went, "Oh, well, Sony need to give us God of War," and I'm like, these people are funny. Like Sony need to get like. It's so weird how people get so. The thing is, I don't get it because I assume that you want everyone to like. Why
No,
would you lock someone out of playing a game?
no, they
Like,
don't. They really don't. You think
like
they would?
Yeah.
They don't.
I am all for the end of exclusives. End exclusivity. End it.
yeah,
Well,
because
Um,
look at Sean. Sean's playing.
no, it
Yeah.
depends. For me, I want Nintendo games to stay where they are, but the rest, yeah, man, they can go exclusive.
nah, I don't. I'll be very happy with Nintendo games on
I
PC.
wouldn't.
I do
You know
not.
what? Let
I
me
think
tell you why.
exclusivities need to
Let me
end.
tell you why. And up until this point, I kind of was cool, but then I realized where it was stemming from. And I won't forget this. Before we got the Switch, that's all the dirty rats in the industry wanted. Oh, Nintendo, stop making consoles. Just make the games and put them everywhere. Because
Yeah,
they don't
be
even
like
want
Sega.
Nintendo there. And I'm never forgetting that. Because I was like, right, that's what you guys really want. You don't want us to have innovative machines. You just want all the Nintendo games where you want to feel comfortable playing them on your Xbox or your PlayStation. You don't want them there. Because I can tell you this now. Remove Nintendo and make them only make games, and you'll have a Sega situation. And we all know that's going right now. No, thank you.
Well, Nintendo games are just much better than the
And
Sega
Nintendo
games.
machines are innovative. They cause their games
Yeah,
to
they
be.
are, but the Wii U wasn't,
That's just
and
the Wii U.
but the thing is that
And the
it's
Wii U
like,
existed so we can sit down there and enjoy Switch and Switch 2. So it has its
yeah, no,
place.
I mean these are it's a stepping stone for these things. But to me, I think now that they've got the handheld console in one, I don't really think there's any direction they're gonna be able to innovate further in a
That's
sense
That's
exactly
what
what
a
I
that
was
lot of
gonna
people said.
say.
That's what a lot
yeah,
of people
like I
said before
don't
the
think
Switch.
it's no like I think
That's what people
we
said
have sort
before
of
the Wii.
plateaued. Like the
But
only
again,
thing next now is
that's what
like
people said
people
before.
trying to
Wait,
push.
wait, wait. Let me
Well,
run you
people
through a
trying to
little
move
list
towards
there.
VR, innit? And it's just like I don't
That's
think
what
VR
people
can do it.
said before the 3DS. That's what people said before the DS. That's what people said before the Wii.
That said what? Said what?
They said that where else can Nintendo
You
go?
can't
There's not much
innovate,
else to do.
no.
I don't think I like as long as I've been gaming, I don't think anybody has ever questioned Nintendo and their innovation. I don't think anyone I think
Hmm.
the only
They
time I've
did.
ever the
Around
only
the
time I,
GameCube time, they did because they got laughed at for this little disc. I remember it.
wait,
It was like, what are they
so
doing with this
so
little disc? Why is the machine just a little box?
no, but
Nintendo don't have no
wait,
ideas.
let me land. What I'm trying to say is that
Hmm.
through my time, whatever, gaming or invested in media, like I've never known any like people to discredit Nintendo's innovation. Nintendo have had they've always done something with their consoles, regardless if they land or not. So even with the GameCube, yes, it didn't work or whatever, but the GameCube was still mini discs or because it holds this and the technology on this and the little handle on the
And it didn't have a DVD drive.
on the yeah like but Nintendo do their own thing whether it hits or not. So no, that's what I'm trying to say. I've never known anyone to say Nintendo are not in innovative or they don't take chances. They always do. Whether they land or not is a different question. You know, your Wii
Absolutely.
U's, your GameCubes. To be honest, the Switch is probably the first time that people in the industry like, and again, like I said, the industry, what is the industry nowadays? It's run by a bunch of idiots. But like, it's the first time where I'm hearing talk of they're playing it safe. They're playing it safe. That's the first
Yeah, the
time
same with Switch 2, yeah.
yeah,
And
I've
some of them
never,
are upset that they haven't innovated again. And I'm like, where do you go from this point?
yeah,
There is
and
nowhere
that's
for them to
Sean's
go
point. Yeah,
now.
where do you
Yeah.
go? The
Where
only
do you
way,
go? That's why the Switch 2 is the Switch 2, because there is nowhere they can go now.
Maybe they
He's
wanted
done
them to.
motion controls.
I
They
tell you
tried
what.
VR.
I can tell you what. Yeah. Perhaps the people who are saying that they played it safe maybe wanted them to create a PSVR 2 to sit down and collect dust. Maybe they wanted to have a Switch with a VR headset on it.
Yeah, but
Nintendo tried VR before all of them did.
And
So
they
this
left
is the
that way,
thing.
and they left
And
it
they
where it
left it,
belongs.
yeah.
but
So that's what I'm
left it where it
saying. Where do
belongs.
they innovate to now?
But Switch,
you know what I'm
but-
saying?
but
I think
PS
they are at peak console innovation, to be honest. A
Yeah,
console that is a
'cause
home
even-
console and handheld, that is peak
Yeah,
console.
because even what
like,
because
you
even
can't beat that.
because even what you're saying about PS, like that, no one, that's not innovative. You just tried to do
Yeah.
something. Like then
Yeah.
Sony doesn't innovate. They haven't innovated.
Mm.
All they do is
They
build.
copy what's there, yeah. They
Yeah,
just copy
That's true.
other people's stuff.
let's
But
build.
Nintendo's innovated.
Yeah, so
And
Nintendo.
now they're at a point where I'm like, yeah, I don't know where they can innovate. I don't know where they go after this, because this is like peak console innovation.
Because the thing is, the thing with Nintendo is that Nintendo had two options really. The options is they do what they always do in a way and go in a completely different direction, or they build on what they have, and they decided to build on what they have, and I don't see a problem with that because they can't go. You can't always do GameCube,
You can't innovate for the sake of innovating.
you can't do
always
Super
innovate. And
Super
that's why now,
Nintendo to Nintendo 64 to GameCube to Wii U. Those are all consecutively different consoles. It's not like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are exactly the same thing, but just a bit more powerful.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
The
Switch 2 is the first time they've
let,
done that.
Let me finish, if I could. The NES to the SNES was an upgrade in bits, in colors, in what you saw in terms of a graphical overhaul, and just a bit more with music, moving from MIDI and stuff like that.
It was the upgrade to 16-bit from
That's what I was saying. So they went up.
Yeah.
They went up in terms of bits. So the upgrade was evident, but it was still in the same sort of frame. And then they went on to the 64 and such and such. So it was a consistency in that kind of sense. When they started to do the innovation stuff, which was the Wii U, and then the Switch, and not including like the
DS, the 3DS.
the DS, the 3DS. When they hit something that is like hits the kind of numbers that a DS does, you end up with the 3DS. The Switch done numbers that even the person who's the most positive couldn't have projected. And what are they now? The second best-selling console ever now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and then that's why you got to switch to. This is what I'm saying. They had
That's why I switched to it.
because they converged both of their innovative devices into one. That's what's sick about it. Like the 3DS, their consoles have become one now. They're no longer separate.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's like peak console. And now at this point, it made sense to do a switch to, because it's like, I don't really see how you innovate from this point unless you're going to stop doing consoles and do something else. It's like they have hit the peak, and it's just like I can't even imagine what they can do next that will innovate. I reckon after Switch 2 is going to be Switch 3. I don't think we're getting.
I think after that,
new innovative console.
So let's say, what is it?
They might change the name.
Is it 7 years since the Switch?
When did it come out? Was it
2017? So is it 8 years? We're in 2025 now, so 8 years, right?
Yeah.
8 years. I'm gonna predict that in 8 years, I think how games are being played are going to be somewhat different in 8 years. Just under.
In what way? Like what
in the sense that I don't think we'll just exclusively be locked into just playing on a console. So, and by that,
you think the Xbox Vision, playing on your phone, playing on all these things, that's the Xbox Vision.
Listen, let me say this to you: if Xbox are even half successful in that, it could change things big time. It could change things a lot, because once one person gets that experience, holding a minute, you mean to tell me I can go into any machine and play the games I have? That's going to be something very, very hard to just then move and limit yourself to just playing in one space. So that could hurt everybody else, to be honest, if that kicks off. Because if you're telling me I just need my Game Pass account and I log in, which I think is what they're trying to do. Because if I'm right, is there not rumors?
That's what they. That's
is there not rumors? Wait, let me finish. Is there not rumors that even with the new Nintendo device, that Microsoft is maybe working something out where the Game Pass can work on there too?
Yeah, they want the Game Pass on everything. But I don't think there's rumors
on the Switch yet.
But they
want
not
on the Switch yet.
No. But I'm saying that's Xbox's vision is to have Game Pass everywhere. That's their vision. So they would if they could. If they want Xbox Game Pass everywhere. They want you to be able to access it on your TV. They want you to access it on your everything.
So that's why I'm saying, that's why, when we're just talking about now about Xbox releasing their games on other platforms,
that what if all Xbox games are released on Nintendo and PlayStation consoles, there's nothing stopping Game Pass from being on PlayStation. Because how different is that? How different is that to EA Access? Because right now, if I go on my
it's true.
if I turn on my PlayStation, I can subscribe to EA Access or the Ubisoft.
You know what Sony have that stops. I think what stops Game Pass. A lot of stores do this. So Apple does this, Google does this. They have things in their terms and conditions that's called non-compete clause. So because Sony offer a PS Plus membership, Game Pass is directly a competitor to that. So that's what will probably block Game Pass on the PlayStation.
So then why is EA Access on there?
It's not
on thingy, because it's not a direct console competitor, whereas Microsoft is a platform competitor to them. So you don't get Google Play Store.
Because you do realize,
iPhone,
right?
Do
Let me say this to you: if that ever happened, if Game Pass was ever on the PlayStation, man,
I think it will.
But I think it will eventually.
I think
because they're not going to be a threat. Like they're not going to be making hardware. They're not going to be a threat, and that's why.
No, but the software,
Sony will get money from it. Sony will get money out of it because they'll get a cut. So I reckon Sony will, because I think Sony are looking at their money, their finances recently with the flop that happened with Concord. And then cancelling the live service games. So I think Sony are looking at ways to get more money. So I reckon Game Pass will come to PlayStation at some point.
Well, listen, that's going to be wild.
Because they'll get a cut of all the subs.
Because if Forza's going over there, all these things are going over there, and
yeah, they just do their own version of because remember them having Game Pass on PlayStation, for them to have Game Pass on PlayStation, they need Xbox games on PlayStation. You can't put Game Pass on PlayStation if you don't have Xbox games. It makes no sense. So the fact that
this is the first step.
Yeah, the fact that Forza Horizons come in, Age of Empires is there, there's rumors that Master Chief Collection's there, there's rumors that Gears of War is coming. Then what happens is they'll just do the exact same thing that EA does. If I subscribe right now to EA whatever, I can jump on my PlayStation and play all the EA games on the catalogs, just like with Ubisoft.
That's the direction Microsoft is going. And it's because they obviously they know they've lost the console war. They know that their hardware is not going to outsell PlayStation. So they're going towards that. Yeah, they're basically going towards that service route. Like they are a complete service. But it's something that obviously Phil Spencer said, and the funny thing is that he said something that I've always thought, and I've said it before, that I think that there shouldn't be exclusive games. I think that your hardware should offer something different to make me want to own your hardware. That if you want to play the game in this way, then you need this hardware, like how Nintendo offers
does it, innit?
A portable thingy. Like it's like offer me something special with your hardware that I can't get elsewhere, rather than lock your game to that hardware.
Well, remember, it's also some of the functionality of the Switch games as well. So when you look at how you play Zelda with the actual controller, you have to move around the
the Wii modes and stuff like that. Exactly. So that's a great example. Like you can't play that. Like the thing is, like I'm playing Spider-Man, but I don't have the DualSense trigger stuff that PlayStation does.
What does that feature do?
Because it has all these different levels of pressure when you're pushing down on it, and and it can change. It can affect gameplay the way that it works. It's pretty decent. It's a nifty thing.
So
but
you need to have a PS5 controller for it.
Like, if you wanted to access those features, but I don't care about those features, so I'm not. So I don't play with it. But it's like these are things where I'm like, you offer something different that you can't experience anywhere else on your hardware, then that's the selling point. You know what I'm saying? That's the selling point of your hardware. And I think that that's what they need to do. And that's what Phil Spencer was talking about wanting to do with Xbox going forward. But obviously we know behind closed doors, they're just trying to make their version of Switch. Their Xbox hand down. But that's what you need to do. You need to offer something that your hardware does exclusively that no one else does. And I think that could be your selling point, rather than you can only play our games on this hardware. Because I think like games need to be available. Let people pick the platforms they want to play their games on. And that's why obviously we're now getting cross-play across everything now. Xbox can play with PlayStation, PlayStation can play, everyone can play together because
Yeah, I
all
remember
the
when that
walls are
wasn't a
coming
thing.
down.
Crossplay, yeah.
Yeah, remember that never used to be a thing before, but all those
Nope.
walls are coming down because they realize that it's just not for us, the gamers. It's not good. Like walling off
Oh, and it's not
games,
good
it's
for
not
them.
good.
It's not good for them
Yeah,
either.
yeah, they lose.
No,
Yeah, it's
ultimately, it's
not.
not
They
us.
lose
It's
out on
them.
money. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it is.
And
Missing
that's
out
why
on money.
these walls are slowly coming down and things are changing because they can't, if they want to make money, they can't stay in their lane anymore. They have to
That's right.
now start going into other lanes. So things are going to change. And I wonder how long Nintendo could keep it up for, keeping their games off other platforms. Because obviously they stayed off mobile for so many years. I imagine now they start jumping on mobile. They start putting games on
but
mobile.
but do you know the difference with Nintendo though? The difference with Nintendo is like Animal Crossing sells 20 million. Like
Yeah, yeah.
the biggest so like I don't know, what's their God of War? God of War, it does like it's a hit, it does like 8 million. Like I think lifetime
Yeah.
is like 8-9 million. That's
But that's not
fantastic.
Sony's biggest seller, is it? What's Sony's biggest selling game?
No, but as a single digit, like not a franchise, because I think the biggest, I think if you put the
Last of Us,
franchises,
maybe?
it'll probably be Last of Us or
No,
I think it's Spider
Uncharted.
Man.
I think it'd be Uncharted or
No, it's
Spider-Man.
Spider Man. It's Spider Man. I think Spider Man
Okay.
sold the biggest
And
unit. But
Spider-Man is still part Marvel, isn't it?
yeah, I
Not,
think Spider Man's done like
well, no,
20
no,
million.
it's not. Sony own the rights to Spider-Man, I think. Isn't that how it works with
Yeah,
them? Because I think
It's
they've had
a
it for
Marvel
years.
property though. It's the only
No,
Yeah,
but
but
remember,
Sony owns.
there's
They still
something
have
very
Spider-Man.
strange with Spider-Man that Marvel have to work a deal with Sony.
so
in order to
Sony
use it.
Sony like,
Wow.
no Sony only own the movie rights to
That's
Spider
right,
Man.
but nothing else. Other
Do you
than
know
Got
what?
nothing
movies.
to do.
You know what their biggest selling game is?
What?
Oh my god, I didn't see this coming. So according to this website, VG Sales, Horizon is the number one selling game of all the new games. Horizon Zero Dawn,
That makes sense. Like what?
24.3 million
24
units.
million, yeah. So
Yeah.
now my point is,
Mm.
like, that's Sony's best game, right? Horizon that came out the other day. 24 million, one game is sold. Check Nintendo.
Good.
Their games sell 20 million is like the least. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They have multiple, like
Yeah,
every
and
Mario
also,
game is at
Yeah,
like
but
30
yeah.
million.
But my question is, how long do you think they can keep? You think that they forever stay exclusive forever?
Nothing's forever. Nothing's
No,
Yeah,
forever.
do you think,
they only stay exclusive on, like, with any, it's a company, like they like with any company they care about money. If they bring out Zelda or Mario, if Pokemon comes out and sells 5 million
Yeah,
copies,
so there you go, Sean. So listen, once Nintendo starts to fail in those areas, then that's what will happen.
yeah, that's
So
when you'll
far,
see it. That's when
so
it's gonna
far, so
happen.
good. Yeah,
But guess
until that
what?
That's why they
happens,
suing Pooh Power right now. That's why
Yeah,
they suing Power. They're
that's what I'm
like,
saying.
man, don't eat into ourselves.
Yeah, like Pokemon's gonna come out. I think there's a Pokemon game coming out this year. That's gonna do 20-30 million
yeah,
easy.
easy.
So when's Pokemon and Mario
Especially on the Switch too.
Yeah.
You know what? Listen, you know what's so funny? Like, there's like
And that's why Nintendo don't need
I
third parties.
recently check this out, yeah. So basically, from Christmas, I think my niece, she's what, 8
Yeah, it's
now,
true.
and
The
she
Switch did all that on their exclusives. Imagine
check
they
this
did
out
all those numbers on exclusives.
out of nowhere. Recently, I don't know why, but I've been paying attention a bit more to Pokemon fans more than usual, and I guess because my niece suddenly just went overdrive into Pokemon, and then like there's some other kid in the gym, he's into Pokemon and all of that, and so yeah, I'll be listening, and I forgot. Not that it's not like I forgot how big it is, but I forgot just how stomped down, ingrained that is as an entity on its own. And when you start thinking about every time a Pokemon drops, you have legions of fans who just grab it. And it's not just the games, it's the merchandise, it's the shows, it's the other stuff that I don't even keep up with. Like, obviously, I do tabletop now a lot, but a lot of the tabletop spaces are taken up by Pokemon games. And I'm like, damn, is that big even in this space as well? So when you
But
hear
it's not
things
just
like,
Pokemon.
what do you mean?
It's not just Pokemon. Like Nintendo as a brand.
Yeah,
What we're forgetting is that
it's
Nintendo
beyond.
started as a toy company.
Exactly.
They have stayed family friendly, and So they appeal to children, families, adults.
Mhm.
They've got
Everybody.
like the broadest
Grannies and
audience
grandmas
of
and grandads.
any brand.
Everybody.
They've got like the broadest audience, and that's what
Because
they've
listen,
maintained.
it's
They've managed
listen
to
to this,
maintain
yeah.
that.
I can only assume. I'm only assuming, and I don't like to assume, but in my experience, most kids, either your own kids or kids you introduce to gaming, it's usually a
Yeah,
Nintendo
you always
first.
start on a
Always a
Nintendo. Yeah,
Nintendo game
I was about
first.
to say that. I was about to
All
say
the time.
we're all dads here. What's the first console you get for your kids? A Nintendo console. It's
Yep.
like it's always the starting point for any
Yep.
introduction to games. It's like, and that's
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. They've got that. They've nailed that, and I think that's what helps them to be able to. Because for the Switch to sell that many units, I imagine it didn't have third-party support.
Nope.
Like the Switch did not have third-party support.
And it doesn't
You weren't getting the
rely.
big
You know what I
third-party
like
games
with
on
them
it.
as well? They don't even rely on them now.
Doesn't
They're doing
even
this sorry
have
about
Grand
this, right? They
Theft.
don't rely on
Imagine
them.
the one console that doesn't even have Grand Theft 5. Can you imagine? And yet, still, what, number 2 selling console of all time without Grand Theft 5? That's crazy.
Listen, that's
Just to
mad.
think,
Like
just think of
when
it.
I
You know
saw
what I'm
that
saying?
stat,
Without Grand Theft
I was
5.
quite thrown by that stat. I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that.
And that's why I say, like, it will be major. Like, I think Switch 2 I think it will outsell number 1 if it did also have something like Grand Theft 6 on it. I think it will be a massive thing for Nintendo as well. Like, because it will just push them to that next level. I think the Switch 2 could potentially outsell the first Switch if they also get all the third-party games, including their exclusives. Like, you just get,
So wait,
it's a
so let me ask you
win-win
this.
situation.
Do you feel that there's people who didn't buy the Switch because GTA 5 wasn't on there?
But I feel there's people that didn't. I feel
Yeah, that
that
didn't
there
buy it
are
because
people
GTA 5
who
wasn't on there.
play third-party games that didn't buy the Switch. Yeah,
No,
but
no,
I
no.
think
I
those are
said
like
because no. I didn't say third party. I said because GTA is not on there. Do you think there's people out there who said, I ain't getting the Switch, it hasn't got
yeah,
GTA
anyone
5?
who's a GTA fan. Yeah, if they're a GTA fan, why would they get a Switch? Because there's some
Well,
people who only
stop.
buy GTA. Like I know girls who only buy
Okay, so
GTA.
listen to this. There are people who only play GTA. You are right about that. But do you think that they would buy a Switch just to play GTA?
No, because the Switch will allow them to play other games too. I think the Switch, them GTA, like what you're getting is that it having the third party support is what can propel Switch 2 to beat Switch 1. Because Switch 1 doesn't have third party support. So now think about
Yeah.
Switch
Listen. So my
2
point
with
is,
third party
so what I'm
support. That's
saying is,
massive.
without so suggest this. So you're the second
Yeah.
best selling console in history,
Yeah, without third party support. And now what
right?
about when you do have third party support?
So
You see what I'm saying? Good. It's only a good thing. It's not a
no,
bad thing.
it's not. It's not a bad
I
thing. I'm
don't know how
just
you're trying to
wondering
spin it into
what it
something
is.
negative. It's a good
What I'm
thing.
wondering is are those people really gonna buy a Switch just because the game that they like is actually on the Switch, or are people who
Because they
buy
can't
it?
play.
Listen,
1 million%. Do you, like,
Because you can't play GTA 6
okay,
on the
okay,
bus.
no.
You can't do that with your PS5.
Wait.
okay.
You're not letting me finish. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, predominantly, if somebody buys a Sony console, they're buying it because of the Sony games. I'd like to think.
No. Lots of
Okay.
people just play COD and FIFA. What are you talking
If
about?
that's
You
if
know,
that's the
you know
the
many
case,
people who just play COD and FIFA,
if that's the
and
case,
they'll own a console.
if that's the case, then
okay,
Sony
so
games would
so
sell
listen.
more than they sell. Sony games would sell more than they sell if that's the case. People don't
Okay,
buy.
so let me go back to this then.
Yeah.
At one point in the Switch's life, there were more Breath of the Wild sold than there was Switches. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
that's our point, because it's about the games. Because
So
people
it's
bought
Nintendo's
the
games.
games.
Nintendo's games actually push their units.
Okay, so let me.
Yeah, we know
What I'm
that.
trying to say to you
But
is,
third-party
there is
support
no
would just help.
game.
It's just a
There is
good
no.
thing.
There is, like, what you got to remember is GTA is not any other game. GTA transcends gaming.
Yes,
Like,
but I'm saying, would somebody? So what I'm saying is, okay, GTA comes out, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is, Sean is right, but I just don't. I think what it is at this point, I'm gonna be really, not even aggravated, but I'm gonna really.
I don't even know how you.
No. Listen. You
Yeah.
don't let me. You don't listen, man. Just listen.
Go on.
Right. So my thing is this: if I see GTA 6 come to the Switch, and I got a dirty feeling that if it does, it's gonna come to the Switch before it comes to the PC, I'm gonna have some real problems, because they consistently do something to the PC. Like, they just don't like PC. But I see GTA 6 come to Switch too, and I'm gonna really be laughing for a while. I'll be like, wait, you guys went and did that. That's where my brain is saying. I'm like, Sean keeps saying, and I got a feeling that it could actually happen.
Sean
And-
is 1,000,000% right. If GTA comes out on the Switch, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So my doorbell's like,
Yeah, that's all right. It's going to be a wrap if that happens. I'll tell you that now.
It's just a major win. Like
course it is.
there's
Of course it is.
no sort of like, it's because GTA is a like you said, it's a transcendent game. And if it was to be on the Switch too, it's just a massive win for Nintendo, because I think Nintendo units will sell more than the
Yeah,
Switch One did,
listen,
because you now
listen.
have third party
It's, gonna-
support.
it's going to be very crazy if that happens. Very
Yeah,
crazy.
it'll be
I'm gonna be
insane.
like, my gosh.
yeah,
That
sorry.
happens, I'll be like, damn.
Yeah, go on, Terrence.
Sorry, because what I wanted, sorry, what I was trying to add, sorry, my buzzer went. What I was trying to add is that like, GTA transcends gaming in the sense that like GTA is more popular than a console. Like GTA is huge. GTA
Yeah, of course
like
it
Yeah.
is.
and I was just gonna I'll put some breaking news, well not breaking news, but Take-Two just had their financial records. They said
Yeah,
that
it's cool. Yeah.
that GTA has sold over 200 million units. Like
Mm-hmm.
like
Well, remember,
G-
it's and a lot of that is for them shark cards you get per
like
unit, right?
like
Yeah.
and I don't even think it's even that. I don't think you can play down like the popularity of GTA by saying that people bought Shark. Like people bought the
But
game.
I'm telling you, it stayed in the
Like,
charts because it was cheaper to buy GTA and get the shark cards in there than it was to buy the shark cards. That
yeah,
was
but
like
that, but it's
Yeah.
not like no. That's when it's on sales
But
and
that's
stuff.
still, but obviously that's still like what Terrence said. That's a small contingent of these.
That's a very
sales.
small.
Like,
Yeah,
obviously that's not
like
that's not
that's
going to be the majority of
yeah,
the sales. But
200
obviously
like
that.
over 200 million of a game sold. So what I'm trying to say is that like there are people like they even said in their presentation, because I was just looking at it just a minute ago, that it's unprecedented that a game has transcends 3 console generations, like PS3, PS4, PS5. And what that tells you is that like people buy the game.
PS4, it was 360, man. 360 as well, right?
Yeah, he said PS3, PS4, PS5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not counting
Yeah.
Xbox, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm.
It's just
'cause
like
then,
generations. Yeah.
yeah, it's just 3 generations, isn't it? And what I'm trying to say is that like a game like GTA is so popular that people buy it wherever it is. Like it doesn't matter what the console or whatever. If the Switch 2 comes out in April, they also confirmed, but no one believes them, but they also confirmed in their statement that it's still slated for the end of this year, but we'll see if that's true. But
end of this year financially, I assume.
no,
Is that
they didn't say financially. They said fall
Well,
2025.
from time what the console release he's saying.
No, they said that. Yeah, they said GTA.
Oh, GTA. Oh, GTA.
Yeah, sorry, they
release.
said
Oh,
GTA
okay,
6 is still is scheduled for fall of 2025. So we'll see. But what I'm trying to say is, if if Switch comes out and Switch is going to be cheaper than a PS5, yeah, we all agree that, right? The Switch isn't going to be more than a PS5.
I hope so.
Correct?
Hope so. Well, how much is the
Yeah.
PS5 currently? Did it not go down because of the Pro?
It's like 400 and something pounds.
Okay, 400 and something pounds. Jeez, for a machine from 2020.
Yeah.
Jeez, 5 years old.
So what I'm trying to say is, if the Switch comes out, there's a lot of people that own PS3s and PS4s that all they do is play GTA. They haven't converted to a PS5 or whatever because they don't care about that stuff. They're just happy to turn on their PS4 and play GTA.
Yeah, it's funny, I was actually speaking to someone who still just plays on a PS4. They don't have PS5.
Yeah. So
these people
guess
still
what?
play on last gen consoles. Yeah.
Guess what? GTA 6 isn't on PS4. It's only on Xbox and PlayStation. So if they add the Switch SKU, the amount of people who were going to be like, I need to play GTA because I only have a PS4. Oh, what's this? I can play it on the Switch, which means I can play it on my TV. I can play it when I'm taking a shit, and I can play it when I'm on the plane.
That's massive.
They're going to pick up a Switch.
They're gonna pick up a Switch
just for
that.
GTA.
That's what I'm saying. It's
all they're gonna play is
will do
GTA.
so well.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because there's a lot.
Because I said I would. I'm like GTA 6 on the move. Hell yeah.
Because remember, it's not on GTA 6 ain't on the GTA Online. It's not on PS4. It's not on PS4. If you want GTA 6, you have to own an Xbox Series X or a PS5. So all those people
Steam Deck.
No, because it's not on
No,
PC.
it's not on PC. It's not going to be on PC. It's for quite a
It's
while.
not on PC. It's not on PC.
Yeah,
So
it's not on PC.
so
That's
if
why
you
I didn't mention Steam Deck, because I'm like, it's not on PC,
yeah,
man. When GTA 6 launches,
Man,
you're
that's
going to
not
look at
PC.
what's available
Oh,
at that point.
yeah.
that
So
is gonna
if
suck.
you want to play GTA, you need to own right now. You need to own an Xbox Series S or X or a PS5.
Yeah, or
If you do not own,
PS5, yeah.
if you don't own those machines, you can't play GTA. And if Nintendo have GTA on their system, it is going to
Oof,
be
it's going to be
it's going
gangbusters,
to
man.
sell more on. I think it's going to do crazy.
I think
Probably
it'll
the biggest. It'll
outperform
probably
the
be the biggest
consoles,
seller
you
on
know?
it.
Yeah,
It
I
probably
think
will,
it'll
you know.
outperform PS5 and Xbox. I think it'll outperform them.
So
If
Yeah.
it's on
Sean,
there.
do you think it will perform well on there?
What,
I think so.
What do you mean? What, sales-wise?
No, performance wise.
Oh, yeah, because obviously
Oh
with
no way!
what do you think the game will be? Because I reckon it's going to be 30 frames. I don't think it's not going to be a 60 frames game, not on console. I think it's going to be a 30 frames game. I don't think it's going to be 60
I
frames.
can agree with that. I
I think
actually
it's going to be a
I've got
30
a feeling
frames
the
game.
game's going to play a lot slower than people may think.
But
I
I
don't think it's
don't.
going to be a high octane, fast paced game. I don't think.
Yeah, but like
No, it's going to be like GTA 5, but it's
as
going to
much
be
as
30
much
frames as the consoles were, as
at the end of
GTA
the
5
day,
launch was.
at the end of the day, the Switch hardware is still Switch hardware. The Switch 2 hardware is still the hardware, isn't it? So
Yeah, but we don't know we don't know the performance of that yet, so it's speculation at the moment.
Oh, it's all speculation, but I think that what's leaked is the specs of the console, like that people have the specs. Just
Hold on,
like
back up. Did you say the specs have been leaked? Because I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything.
yeah, the specs of like the chip. Because people know the chip, the teraflops. Obviously, it's
What
all
have they been
speculation.
comparing it to? And then
Huh?
obviously, then you got to add DLS4 on it and frame
Like I
rate.
said, we'll see,
Is
but
DLS confirmed though, Sean? Is that confirmed? Do we know that for sure?
We don't.
No,
Nothing's confirmed.
nothing's
Like even these
confirmed.
leak specs
And
are
then why
not
you saying
confirmed. We
DLS
haven't
then?
got any confirmed. No, because I reckon that's what the new Nvidia chip is going to be doing in there. Remember, it's using the new Nvidia chips.
Do we know that for sure?
I don't think it's using the new Nvidia chips.
Yeah, do we know that for sure? Like all these things I'm hearing, I keep thinking it's
No, I'm saying
100%. Is it
I
for sure?
reckon it'll probably be using DLSS. But I reckon that's how they're gonna get it to 4K. Because remember, you got to connect to the TV with 4K. So I reckon it's gonna be
Hold
using
on.
DLSS.
Sean. Is anything you're saying right now, has that come from rumors or has that come from like anything where you're like, yeah,
Nothing.
Oh yeah, it's come from
official.
rumors. There's rumors, but nothing is official. But these are all rumors. Like it using DLSS, it's leaked specs. They're all rumors. Nothing's
man,
official.
listen. I think we need to prepare ourselves.
Because
A lot of
April
this-
is
a
when
lot of
it's
this
we
make-
gotta wait for
listen.
April.
And the other thing that's triggering me, why is it being shown the day after April Fool's Day? I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't even know. I still think it's so
Okay,
weird
so-
that they put it so far away from the review of the console. Like it should have been a couple of weeks after.
Yeah,
or something.
I don't know.
I don't know why they did that.
Again, we can bookmark this or whatever, because the people who have leaked the specs,
I say right now, I reckon it will have DLSS.
the people who have leaked the specs for the Switch 2 are the same people who leak like loads of stuff. They leaked the Xbox
PS5.
specs, the PS5 specs, the Pro specs, and it's all been confirmed. So
Okay.
and the specs that
What the specs saying? I ain't heard nothing about it.
yeah, I've got them up. You guys are the
Yeah, what's it
PC
saying?
people, so you let me know. So they're saying it's
Nvidia.
Nvidia. I never say that. Am I saying it right?
Nvidia.
Sorry, Nvidia. Yeah. Why am I saying Nvidia?
Yeah.
Nvidia
Yeah.
T239 Ampere.
That's a custom chip.
Yeah, you
With-
say that's
with-
that's
with
not
12 streaming multiprocessors,
Right.
1,534 CUDA cores.
CUDA.
Yeah. And
good of course.
two RTX ray tracing cores. The RAM is 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5.
That's good, RAM. 12
good.
gig. Yeah,
That
that's
is
good.
good.
That's definitely
The
good.
CPU
Okay,
is-
go on.
The CPU is ARM Cortex A78C
It's the ARM
with,
chip. That is good.
with 8 cores.
Okay.
Storage is 256 gigabytes UFS
Not good.
3.1.
That's not good.
Display 8-inch LCD display. Support.
Did you say LCD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say
Support.
LCD?
Here's the one. Here's the one that for you, Sean. Support
Yeah.
DLSS2 and FSR3 support. That's the leak.
SR. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the AMD frame generation. That's
Yeah.
AMD's version of it.
FSR.
How can it have
FSR
wait, AMD frame generation with an RTX chip?
Wait,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. So FSR
It's the
and
games, isn't it?
DLSS. Yeah.
Some games use
It's-
FSR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loads of
Yeah, so
games use
that's
FSR.
AMD's version. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Alan
good
Wake
that it's got
uses
support for
FSR.
both.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
third
yeah,
parties
that's
are if
Yeah.
third parties are releasing games,
Well,
they can hit. But it says DLSS2. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, no, it is a good thing. It's not a bad thing because I think
I mean,
DLSS
the
3 just
newest
came
one is
out. Innit?
DLSS 4.
Oh, sorry, 4.
So the newest
Yeah.
one is 4. So yeah, so DLSS 2. That's why I'm like, that doesn't.
No, that's not bad.
doesn't
That's
sound
not,
right.
that's not a bad thing.
I mean, it's not a bad thing, but yeah, I mean, DLSS 4 is the new one.
So like you guys are the PC guys and know what does those specs say? Is this a 4K machine or whatnot? Because
Not really.
Well, you already know it's not a 4K machine.
Not really. No.
Of course not. That's what the DLSS and FSR is for, to upscale it to 4K, to upscale the image.
Yeah, with
So you'll have-
upscaling, yes. Native, no.
Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, of course, it's not gonna be native.
because
They're
even
there
the
to upscale it
PlayStation,
to 4K.
even the PlayStation and Xbox struggle for native 4K at times.
Yeah, so that's
But-
why they use PSSR is Sony's DLSS.
But remember,
That's
AI,
what
that's
PSSR
the AI
is.
frame generation.
But remember,
It's a-
PSSR
it's
is
a-
only on the Pro. It's not on the normal PlayStation.
Oh damn, yeah, that's
Oh, really?
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
not
know that.
nice.
Yeah, because you need certain hardware to run AI upscaling, isn't it? Your hardware and the
Oh damn, I didn't even realize they don't even have it on a thingy. Yeah, they just use what did they call it? They had a name for it. What's it called? Checker boxing scale when they were up in the
checker
resolution.
boxing.
Checker box,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the
That's what they
old one,
called it
isn't
on
it?
their
Checker
consoles,
boxing.
yeah. Checker
Yeah.
boxing to upscale it to the resolution.
Yeah, so and this is and that's why, like, again, the discussions are people are having the discussions that they're having around the Switch. But like I said, Nintendo just need their games. That's it. Like, you need their games.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what third part, like, they will be able to get third party supports because third party games scale on PC, right? And this seems is this akin to a mid range PC or a bit lower? Like, I don't know.
It's hard to tell, to be honest.
Yeah, especially
not-
when you're
it's
dealing
not
with
as simple,
mobile
because
CPUs and
there's
stuff.
some
It's
custom stuff
mobile
going on there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's but it sounds good. The LCD kind of that puts me off. But the rest of it sounds good.
They
but
are
I
taking
can't-
the piss, man. To go back to
man,
LCD, they're
LCD,
taking the piss. And you
man.
know
Remember,
what's-
this is all rumored.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that's the same people who confirmed.
Oh
the
yeah,
other
I
console that
think
were right.
yeah, it's I think that's legit.
I mean, we all sort of like think Nintendo's going to do LCD, but it's a shame because OLED also offers efficiency in power usage. So it's like I don't know why they didn't go for OLED.
Listen, well, one thing I'll say about my OLED, that battery lasts long.
Yeah, because it's
Lasts
more
long,
power
like,
efficient.
shockingly
That's why
long. I'm like,
it's
oh, this
more
battery
power
lasts for
efficient.
a long time.
So it's crazy that they're going back to LCD because LCDs are cheaper.
It's
They're just
cheaper,
trying to
innit?
save money. Yeah,
Yeah.
Instead of efficiency, they're trying to make it as cheap as possible for that unit.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
efficiency.
understandable. But I think they should at launch offer 2 SKUs of it. They should offer the LCD version and a more expensive OLED version. I think that's what they should do, but we just know
They
Nintendo,
won't though. They'll
do
make
their own thing.
someone like me wait 2 years.
They'll make you
or some
buy it,
crap.
yeah.
Yep.
They'll make you buy it in 2 years'
Wait
time.
2
Yeah.
years.
So here's some more just some more quick specs. That's what I'm saying. These people have like Nintendo need to sue them. So basically, when it's handheld, the CPU runs at 998.
Yeah, that's what the Switch does, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it
that's the
runs
same. So yeah,
less
And then on docked
when
mode,
it's not docked.
and docked mode, it's 1100.
so that's like
GPU
almost it's overclocked or underclocking it.
GPU
Yeah. It's the same battery. It's a battery saving thing.
Yeah.
GPU docked is GPU handheld is the equivalent of 1.72 teraflops. GPU when it's docked is 3.9 teraflops. So yeah, basically it just runs better when it's docked. But
Yeah, because obviously docked you have obviously from the full power supply, so you get the full power. And in handheld, you're running off a little battery in the device. So yeah, it makes sense to underclock it when you're in handheld mode. And that's what they do. The regular Switch as it is, it runs at different specs whether you're docked or undocked. So they're keeping the same thing, but obviously we have to see. We won't know until we actually see games performing on it.
Yeah.
When they do the reveal, so that's like, and it'll be interesting to see the third-party games running on it, not just the Nintendo
Exactly.
games.
And this
Yeah.
is and this is what everyone says, right? I think people get so like caught up on numbers that at the end of the day, it's all about what the developers do with
Of
Yeah.
course. No. Remember, the reason people get caught up on numbers is because it's a good indication to its limitations. That's all. That's all the numbers really provide. It's like, okay, I now know what to expect and what not to expect.
That's like smart people like you who understand gaming and understand PCs.
I'm not smart, man. Just
to
experience.
fanboys, to fanboys is different because fanboys are screaming, "Oh, it's the PS Pro is 4-point teraflops. The Switch 2 is 3-point." Like that don't mean anything because as isn't PlayStation? I think normal PlayStation 5 is 10 teraflops and Series X is like 12, but games actually are run better on the base PS5 than they do on an Xbox because it's all about what the developer does and how they optimize
listen,
their games.
Do you remember? Yeah, I think it was, I don't know, one of them machines, the most powerful machine, but with no good games. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means jack.
Yeah,
that's why all it is. I mean, when I look at that, I mean, listen, ultimately it sounds pretty decent, but at the end of the day, one thing Nintendo's been able to show everybody is, listen, they can do a lot with a little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're always able to do a lot with a little.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's one of the things that's always super impressive about it. It's like, damn, man, look at you look at what's the one you gave Game of the Year not too long ago? Mario Wonder. Did that need all these teraflops and RTXs and all that?
And that's what I was just about to say, to your point when you're talking to Sean earlier about GTA and stuff, is that if you're buying, if you're looking to get a Switch because you think you want to run Assassin's Creed and Battlefield, then the Switch 2 ain't for you because you're gonna complain.
Definitely not.
Go and get your console or your PC.
You're seeing the frames dipping and chugging and the shit.
It's not for you. So I don't understand why people are getting like, oh my gosh, is it going to be able to run The Witcher? Go play Witcher where you need to play it. Like you get the Switch 2.
Yeah, don't moan.
Because that's what Nintendo.
Wait. Let's not forget what they did with Mortal Kombat on there. You know, you remember that? They put no effort into that. No effort. I remember seeing that. I said, wait.
That was awful.
I said, what the hell is this? Mortal Kombat looking like a Xbox, not worse than an Xbox 360 game. and was charging pretty decent money for it. And then, that was diabolical, man. I was like, diabolical. Yeah, it was bad.
But that's the thing. If they somehow, the Switch 2 runs and plays decent, like, plays something like GTA 6 decently, like we saw, because obviously it's like what Terrence says, it's what the developer does. And we've seen what Rockstar did with GTA 5 on the 360.
Yeah,
and
man.
it just looks incredible at 30 frames. I played the whole campaign on the 360 plus multiplayer, and it was amazing. I can't sit and say, oh, there was frame drops and oh, it looked bad. No, the game looked stunning on the 360, and they launched that game 3 months before the new gen had come out, so it was right at the end of the gen, and people thought like, oh, how are they going to make it run on the old gen? But it run perfectly.
No, but listen, because their engineers are just something else.
Yeah, they're pretty incredible. So that's what I'm saying. If they do put GTA 6 on that, I know that it will look good. Like, it's not going to look rubbish. And if they were to do it, and that's why I was like, and the fact that you can play GTA 6 handheld, that's a massive selling point, because that's something that the PlayStation and the Xbox doesn't offer. But it's all speculation because we just don't know. We don't there's obviously talks about what third-party games are going to be revealed in April, but we just, we don't know what the full extent is. Like, Microsoft seems to be like in towards Forza going to be on Switch too.
Where's Terrence? Is Terrence there?
Yeah, I'm here.
If there's an event, because obviously apparently it's supposed to be worldwide Nintendo event. Some in New York, some in London. Are you going?
Oh, I tried to get a ticket. I didn't get picked.
Wait. What do you mean you tried to
Oh,
vote? The
what? There was
tickets already out?
tickets.
Yeah, it was a ballot, man.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I just thought you could drop in, drop out.
Yeah, I'm thinking, right, when
Just
I
turn
get
up.
more info on how it works, I want to try.
Nah,
You're telling me
like,
it's come and gone.
nah, they're doing like a worldwide tour thing, isn't it? For
Yeah,
you to
so
play
apparently,
Switch 2 games.
yeah, so I saw that there
That's
is
mad.
London, Paris, New York.
Listen, it was a free ballot, yeah. I remember I went for the ballot. You need to have a Nintendo online account. You can't just you have to log into it
Yeah, that's right.
and get the ballot. So I did it,
That's
everything.
smart. That's smart.
Very smart. Got rejection. Bare people online were getting even Jeff Keighley.
Straight. What
Keighley
they
got
just tell you,
rejected.
nah, mate.
It took a few days, but even Jeff Keighley got rejected, and he put it online, and everyone was cussing him, going, "Why are you trying to act like you're like Nintendo ain't gonna give you a special invite?" Like,
Yeah,
don't.
exactly.
But
Media
he
passing it.
yeah, he posted his email like everyone else got that says you have not been selected, and then if you go online, people are on eBay selling their tickets for like
That's deep, man.
£1,000.
How much?
Like £1,000.
Well, let me tell you something, yeah? Listen. Now, you may say to yourself, man, £1,000, but do you know if a streamer got hold of that and went to the Nintendo event, they'll make that money back on YouTube easy.
Of course, but
Because
people are saying it's
YouTube's
dumb
going to be
because
on fire when that's going on.
but people are saying it's dumb because your ticket is linked to your Nintendo Pass and ID and everything.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Like if I was to get it, it's gonna say Terrence, isn't it? I can't give it to
exactly.
Shred.
You know something? I'm starting to go off that Jeff Keighley guy now, man. He used to be cool, but I don't know what's wrong with him these days. When he was on Game
No,
Trainers,
it's
cool.
just trying to do something. I mean, from that, it's just sound like he's just trying to show something relatable. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Do you know? I do.
No, he's
What do you think it's a bad thing?
Yeah, because you own the Game Awards, so you have people revealing your games and everything. So don't try and go online and act like guess what, guys? I'm not going to be able to try the Switch 2. You're going to get one sent to you. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, listen, the guy here,
he's trolling people hard, boy.
Yeah, he's getting on my nerves.
No, but these Muppets. Why I'm cracking up is because he's self-aware. The Muppet stuff at the Game Awards shows me that he's very self-aware that gamers are hating him. And like they think he's like stupid and all of this, and that's what the Muppet thing was. And it's like that was actually kind of he's very self-aware about it.
Of course he is, but do you know what? I would be self-aware too if I was a millionaire of gaming. He does not give a shit.
Yeah, he don't give a shit. Of course not. That's why he did the Muppet thing, even though people didn't like the Muppet thing. He does it again.
What is this Muppet thing? What's up?
He has the Muppets turn up at the Game Awards.
And just diss him.
They were dissing him this one, yeah. Oh, how are you gonna put Elden Ring? That's a DLC. How can you put that as a game of the year? Like they were saying the stuff gamers say. And I was like, right, Jeff is actually self-aware.
He's basically saying gamers are Muppets, basically.
Yeah, obviously. It's very smartly done. Very smartly.
And you know what's
done. I had to give him ratings for that.
It goes to what Raf said about like people doing the negativity. Do you know how much marketing he got by saying that Elden Ring DLC is up for Game of the Year? He knew what he was doing. He needed everyone to talk about the Game Awards because it sparked such a debate.
Also, remember,
that's actually marketing genius, man.
He was trademarking.
Actually, marketing genius.
He tried to trademark the gaming thing as well. That got a lot of traction.
That's what you call 5-head, boy. 5-head.
And then what did he do? And the thing is, people know he's so predictable because everyone goes, "Oh, he's going to announce something Elden Ring there." Because the only reason why you give Elden Ring,
Raph said that.
Yeah, Raph said it. Like, if you're giving Elden Ring DLC,
then obviously that's what I said. I said obviously something's going on there with From Software. Knew that immediately.
Yeah, like he's so.
I thought that it was Sekiro 2 or something like that. What I didn't know was that it was going to be this thing that they announced, but it was kind of obvious to me.
No, but what Terrence said, if he did the Elden Ring DLC as a marketing play, that is sick. Because people were talking about that.
Everyone was, yeah.
Everyone was talking about it. That's a sick marketing move.
Because I can't lie, like in terms of the games that were up for game of the year, yes, they were good games, but come on, man, like Metaphor,
Yeah, I know,
Metaphor,
it wasn't a good one, but
Astrobot, Balatro, the card game, a Final Fantasy game, like,
what
you
was
know what I'm
it?
saying? It wasn't like there was
Oh, it was
mega
Black
hits.
Myth that people wanted to win. That was it.
Yeah, Black
And to
Myth
be
was
honest, I
there.
think Black Myth
Yeah,
should
Black
have
Myth
won.
didn't
To be
win.
fair,
It,
a lot of
listen.
people felt that.
Space Marine 2 didn't win. I don't even sure what that got.
Well, no, yeah, that wasn't even in the game. The war.
Exactly.
That was
Even
yeah,
there,
they didn't even put that there. Yeah, yeah, it should have been Space Marine there. Like like I think like the other games that were hits. That's the funny thing. Like, like obviously Power World wasn't released. That's why Power World isn't.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
in
a
early
finished game,
access.
is it?
Yeah, it's not a finished game. Neither is Path of Exile 2. So
That's right.
so a lot of games people did love in the
No,
year
but that's the
also
thing.
not finished.
Because he's allowed early access games before.
What? When? Nah, I
I
don't think he has, man.
wasn't it
Not for Game of the Year selection. The Game of the Year
Oh no,
selection are
not for
release
game of the year,
games.
not for game of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I think it might. Yeah, it would have been for something.
Sorry,
else.
not for game of the year. No, early access not for game of the year,
Yeah.
but he has allowed
That's
early
what I'm
access
saying.
games. I'm trying to think of the roguelike one that was in early access. I can't remember. There's
But
a
no, we're
Hades.
talking about the Game of the Year, isn't it? And the Game of the Year stuff, unfortunately, there wasn't much to choose from. There wasn't much. But yeah, Astrobot and Astrobot and what's the other one? Black Myth Wukong. Obviously the gamers reckon that Black Myth Wukong should have won it. It was given to Thingy, but I also think the gaming community, liked Astrobot too. So
Yeah.
so it was one of those sort of toss ups where it's like, yeah, you know what? At least they didn't give it to. At least it weren't like they put Dragon Age there.
But the thing is, people say that, yeah, but like, I feel like Black Myth. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people say that.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that, but I didn't say nothing because I'm like, the game just went quiet.
The Souls
I don't know
community people
anyone who's
love it, man.
completed it. I don't know anyone like who.
I don't know.
Like, they say it's good, but then that's it. It's like nothing else. There's no like lasting legacy of it.
Yeah, loads of people haven't completed it. Like, and I was hearing someone talking about how like it's one of those games where it puts its best foot in the first hour and then it just peters off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Apparently,
no, to me, like I've actually played it.
Yeah,
I've actually played it. So I got to Act 2, and what I said to Raf, it reminded me of Did you ever play the Kung Fu game on NES? The Kung Fu game. Do you remember that? Where like, you're going through levels. It's like you beat up some minions, you face a boss. There's always a boss fight at the end of each level.
Yeah, vaguely remember that.
Like Streets of Rage.
So old school Kung Fu game. But this is literally just boss after boss after boss. You might get a few minions, boss. And I was like, when I got to Act 2, I was like, right, it's just boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. I was just like, okay, I've pretty much seen what I need to see. And that's why I'm like, all right, let me play something else. Because it is just, I was expecting it to be more of a Shadow Mordor story. You're doing this, you're doing that. It's not just boss fights. Like Shadow Mordor, like you only get a few boss fights in that whole game. But it's more.
And that is why it didn't win Game of the Year, because that's exactly what people say.
It's
People say there's no
boss fight
substance to it. Yeah, people say there's no substance to it. Like, and that's what I was.
But it's quality at what it does. That's the thing. It's very quality at it. But it's
basically
that is
a
for
boss
some
run.
people like that.
Yeah.
Huh?
And it's
A
like
boss
a
run.
boss
Like a boss
rush.
run.
It's like a boss run game. Yeah, that's the right way. Because like there's all these different sort of like what's that other one they call there's a like a Hades. There's that genre. There's a name for that genre. Roguelike. Yeah. So that's got this boss run thing going. So for me, I don't play any roguelike games because I'm like I like my games to have a little like a depth to its type of story and let me do stuff like that. I don't really care for just playing repeated content. And it's like, but I can't then say a game's bad because I don't like roguelikes. I'm not going to go and say, oh, Hades is bad. I could see the quality in Black Myth Wukong. But obviously that type of game setting for me is like, I don't want to really do this for hours and hours. You know what I'm saying?
I think people thought they were gonna get like a God of War kind of game, like a grand adventure, like with levels and bosses.
I thought it would be more like like Shadow of War or something.
Yeah. And then it was funny because the game, they announced the other day that the game sold like 25 million or something.
Yeah, it sold loads.
But it came out that like 8% of it, 9% of it is in China.
Yeah, a
Black,
lot of
Yeah,
Chinese.
that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's where it mainly sold.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of Chinese people bought it, man.
They supported their game, man.
Because I was reading China's isn't it the biggest market after
Well, I believe it's.
America?
They say the Chinese market is the largest
It's the
market
biggest
in the
it is
world.
biggest market.
Like,
Yeah, I can see
globally.
that. Yeah, if you make it
Yeah.
in China, you don't need to be a worldwide game.
Yeah, yeah.
Very true. How many Xboxes sold over there again?
I don't think
I don't think it
I don't
was
even
many.
think they're even allowed consoles out there, right? Haven't they just recently lifted the ban or something?
Yeah, they
No.
did. They recently lifted a ban on something.
Yeah,
I
you,
was
you
like,
can't buy
"Rah."
consoles in China.
I was like, "Raw, they just,
I never
yeah."
even
I
knew
remember seeing
that.
that. Yeah. But China lives under a real dictatorship. It's crazy over
Yeah,
there. I was like,
you can't be buying.
they can't access YouTube and Google. Like, they are under a real dictatorship.
Yeah,
It's crazy over there.
they got
It's
their
interesting.
own. They got their own social
They got
networks.
they got their own one. So
You got to be careful what you say on there. You might go missing.
That's funny, you know. That is.
Yeah, you
they're
can't
in
even
another world,
you
man.
protest them, they come and arrest you. You're done.
Yeah,
You're
and
done.
I think when they had the console ban, I don't know if it's. I think it's lifted, but when they had the console ban, if you were caught with like a Nintendo or a PlayStation, you go to prison.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they're jail.
Because it ain't like Japan, innit? Oh, Japan, it's supporting anything Japanese is
Yeah, you
seen
can't
as
listen.
as
You
traitor.
really can't be ramping over there, man. You cannot.
Yeah,
You
social
cannot.
credits.
Yeah.
For
Social
some reason, they get a pass over North Korea. So
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
right
mean,
limit.
the thing is because China's one of the powerhouses in the thingy, like they hold a lot of because they're a manufacturing powerhouse, a lot of Western companies rely on them for manufacturing. So if China shut that down,
Yeah,
a
it's a
lot
problem.
of Western companies will be screwed. That's why they're left to their devices, because they are the powerhouse of manufacturing, and like you don't get cheaper labor, cheaper parts, everything. China just has mastered that area. Obviously, like there's other countries trying to step up their production, Taiwan, Korea, but China is the biggest. Like that's why, like for years, remember growing up, you look at the back of anything you had
Yeah,
said made in
made in
China.
China underneath you.
Like they've
Underneath
been
you.
they've
Yeah.
been manufacturing warlords for years. So they
Yeah.
make everything.
And for
Like
very cheap.
imagine American companies design an iPhone but send it to China to be made. Like they send everything there to be made. So if that company says, yeah, we're not going to make your stuff no more, they're screwed. Everyone's screwed. And it's just, that's why they got so much power.
Aren't Apple trying to be smart now, where they say
Yeah, have you noticed that they're
assemble?
trying to get assembly in other countries? They're sending it to they're getting other people to assemble their stuff now.
Really?
Because I think COVID
I feel like they
caused
say
loads of
assembled.
problems.
I feel like iPhone now
It says assembled in America, innit?
Yeah, they say assembled
Like,
in America. Yeah.
They say like designed in America, assembled in China. I think that's what it says. Yeah, designed in America. So they try to like say, look, we designed it. Don't think they designed it. We designed it.
Yeah. Yeah, their box has something funny on it. I was seeing it the other
cracks
day.
me up, mate. They cracked me up with that. I was just like, yeah, and it's just shocking how much power the Western world has given to China for manufacturing. It's crazy,
Funny, man. It's clearly just so cheap for them.
Yeah,
So
and
cheap,
that's why like DeepSeek, the Chinese AI, has come out and just completely like taken everything by storm. Like it knocked off loads of share value to OpenAI because DeepSeek only cost 6 million to make. ChatGPT cost billions to make.
Oh,
Like they
listen,
made DeepSeek with
it
6
costs
million.
billions because I tell you something. All these numbers that get thrown around ends up in only a small amount of people's back pockets. And when you look at it, and you choose to never forget the fact that one individual known as Bobby Kotick had a £2 million, $2 million, whatever it was,
250 million
you're right,
bonus.
250 yearly bonus during COVID.
Yeah.
The same year they fired how many
250
people in that year?
Yeah.
So when they
It's
talk about, oh yeah, this
insane.
budget and that budget, I'm like, listen, where's that budget really
How many
going?
salaries that could have paid? 250 million.
For one dude.
That's insane.
And he
Absolutely
refused. I
insane.
remember, weren't there something, and he was
No,
saying,
he said
I'm not
he
giving.
tried to lower it. He tried to lower it. He's like,
Yeah,
oh no, I'm not gonna
some
take the
crap.
full thing. He's
It's like,
yeah.
this guy, man. When I hear them figures, I'm like, yeah, you know that's going to only a small set of people's pocket.
Yeah.
You just
That's
know.
what they're doing. They were clearly doing some funny business because China was like, nah, it only cost us 6 million. Why are you spending billions?
Exactly. What's this billions? But that's what they'll say. So therefore, it's like, yeah, if we
funny
say
business.
that, and then we'll just take the rest.
Yeah, didn't it like is it Nvidia? Was it Nvidia? Didn't it knock off
Yeah,
like
they had a problem recently as well.
it knocked off like $1 billion of them?
Yeah.
Loads of them. OpenAI, Nvidia, they lost loads of value because of DeepSeek. They all lost because people are like, what? If China can do it for 6 million, then I'm gonna start investing in China.
What am I paying all this for?
Why am I paying Nvidia? Why am I paying OpenAI?
But that's again, like you said, that's because like in the Western world, like corporations just take people for idiots. Like AI is such a big thing. Like people are taking AI to corporations and charging them a lot of money to incorporate AI. And China are like, wow, you can just come to us and we'll do that for a fraction of the price.
Like, that's what's going on.
But America's trying to sell, like, you know, that stupid salesman that tries to sell you all you want is the car, but they're trying to sell you everything else. That's America's AI, yeah. A backpack, a cap, you know, a sticker,
a t-shirt. You want to wear this? Yeah, this fucking jokers, mate.
Below the price, and now overnight people lost their jobs.
DeepSeek lost DeepSeek caused loads of companies to lose value, like plummeted. It was crazy, and it's just like, and this is why China remains such a powerhouse in the economy, because they will do anything you can do but cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why, like, you always get the jokes about Chinese knockoffs.
Better.
I was just
about to say that. You know?
That too.
It's because
I've seen DeepSeek in action. I was like, this AI is dope. I was like, wow.
But you know, I feel like with Chinese people, it's part of their culture, isn't it? Like, you never, like, the Chinese person isn't always trying to like con someone, and you know, if something costs
they're
a
in it for the
pound,
love of it. They want to win.
if something costs a pound,
they're
not trying to sell you it. They're not trying to sell it to you.
They're
not trying to scam it. If they make something for £1, they'll sell it to you for £1.20 because they're happy to make that 20p. Whereas America will make something for £1 and sell it to you for £10.
Sell it to you for £100 if they can get away with £100, they do it.
And look at this. It's in game as well. How many times you hear Chinese farmers? Them guys grind. They're like, we will put in the work. And you can pass very little.
I remember that.
We will put in the work. Chinese farmers.
Chinese farmers. I remember that.
That was the thingy.
Because
they will put in the work. Yeah, they'll do all the work, and they'll be like, "Yeah, just give us a little money. We'll do all the work."
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
That's what they do.
Remember that.
So they are in so many facets. I think it's just a lot of their culture and their sort of like it's like a thing of sort of like their characteristics is just to be competitive and to really go hard in what they do. It's just like
it's like all from back in the day. It's just like, you know, from federal, all them back in the day. They just have this honor about them, isn't it? Like they're just all about class and honor, isn't it? Not saying they're perfect, but there's just a way that they do business and stuff, and that's why they're so successful in everything that they do. Because guess what? They sell everything for so cheap, but they've got a way more better economy than us.
Their
economy is thriving.
Remember, it's the CCP is Chinese Communist Party, so they're not about capitalism, and that's the difference. America's about capitalism. That's where they will buy something for £1 and sell it to you for £100. Capitalism. Where communism is, no, you give people a fair price. You do not. You do not charge over its value. Yeah, you do not do that. And that's why they have a better economy, because it's communism. It's not capitalism.
Yeah. I heard that.
The Americans, they just want to capitalize on everything. And yeah, there are some things like the Western world can learn from China, man. There are some things. But yeah, you know, that's a conversation for another day.
Indeed. So I think after having quite a plentiful episode here, this draws us to the end now. This was a good one. Quite insightful. Lots to think about. And I guess we can move on to closing words here. And as we do that, oh, hold on, okay, no, I'm still there. I think. Am I still there? Yes, I am.
You sounded like you're breaking up for a bit there.
Yeah. I thought something was going on there. Probably telling me, "Hey, you've been on there for ages." But yeah. With that being said, I think we move to closing words, guys. So, Batman, Terrence, closing words from yourself.
Yeah, man. Just like I always say, game, stay safe, work hard. You know, January is over, so January. When January finishes, it always means December's around the corner. That's how I see it, man. January takes so long.
Yeah. January, as I've always said, is a month full of Mondays.
Yeah.
The Monday. It's the Monday of the year.
Every day's Monday, man. Every day's like Monday.
Because guess what? Like we're at Friday. Next week is Valentine's Day, which means you're halfway through February, which means in 3 weeks time,
February
March.
is flying. Yeah.
We're in
It's the
March.
shortest
We're in
month
March
in the
in
year.
3 weeks.
The shortest month, yeah.
Yep, we are.
It's crazy.
Because I
But
had forgotten that it was February. I actually forgot it's February.
Yes.
Wow,
It's
February
snowing.
7th. What?
No, yeah, I was gonna say, not only is it February, it's February the 7th. We're already a week into February, so yeah,
Oh, man,
years
yeah,
is
that-
gonna fly.
Yeah. So it's a wrap. Listen. Remember. Wait, look. Remember saying that, because it won't not be long before we're seeing the Christmas lights again. It won't be long.
That's what I'm trying to say. I always feel like when January
put the
finishes,
down, put them back up.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, man, just man, just hoping everyone's had a good start to the year. Yeah, man, and yeah, game and watch TV and films and shit.
Oh yes, indeed. Thank you for that. And Sean, closing words from yourself.
Yeah, no, and I'll just add to what Terrence says that with time going quick, the one thing I do look forward to is that March will be around the corner and spring should be coming back and we start seeing some sunshine because I definitely miss these the sunshine, man. I think last year's weather's was so bad. Like we didn't have spring last year. Summer was forgettable and it's just been bad like for a while. So I'm hoping this year we get a lot more sun. Because it's been quite bad. But for my closing words, I had completely forgot to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I'm playing. But good thing is that it'll give me more time to dive into the game so that I can
Excellent. So
express more about it in the
Mm.
next episode. Yeah. But
Looking
I'm
for
gonna
that.
continue playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm gonna, the maddest thing is that obviously because I've played Spider-Man 1, like Spider-Man 2 is not exactly a surprise. Kingdom Come 2 is a whole different new experience, so my focus is on that game. But I absolutely plan to go back to Spider-Man 2 because it is just really, really good. So it's finding time. That's the biggest issue, finding time, because I have too much going on in my social life as well. That's just taking me away from gaming. Like last night I was out, so I've not been having time to play. But I definitely definitely got to continue enjoying these two games, and we'll be back next time to talk about that. But on to you, Raf.
Okay, so for myself, closing words won't be that different to everyone else's, but I will say this: that now January's gone. We move into February, which is the shortest month, and then we have March, which tends to be another long month. So people, just if you've got this far into the podcast, it's appreciated. And hope you enjoyed that, and look forward to the upcoming forms of entertainment that we should be quite fulfilled with through this year, as there seems to be a lot going on in the entertainment front. And with that being said, until next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.